Guess who's back? Back again. Showman's back. Tell a friend. Showman's back. Showman's back. Okay. All right. Welcome to the pre-show. Hello, Instagram. What's up, Facebook and YouTube? Tori Shulman here for Daily Blast Live. If you guys don't know us, we are the future of television. We have digital and broadcast. They got together on Bumble. They found each other. They made it, and we have the show. The idea is for you guys to almost do a choose your own adventure. So write me your thoughts and comments, and let me know where you're coming from. Not your ideas, where you're literally coming from. We had Vietnam yesterday, Norway, and I said like hello as if that was like a Norwegian hello. Very rude. But I would love to hear if you guys are new to the show. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to hear where you guys are from. So, 2 topics for you guys to comment on. Number 1 is a really great idea. It's signs you're a good parent. If you guys don't know, I'm not a parent. I'm 36 years old and I'm planning on becoming a parent soon. Ooh, terrified, but soon. And here are some, this is according to an article from the Good Men Project that says there may be some signs that you're a good parent even if you're doubting yourself. All my friends who are parents doubt themselves every day, all day long, all the time. So here are some signs, and I think this is right up my alley. Number 1, your child has failed at something and you just stood there and let it happen. Sign you're a good parent. That's a great call. Not easy to do, I assume, because you're like, don't do that, but you got to learn yourself. Number 2, they're interested in things that you are not interested. And I was thinking about this. I'm only interested in things my parents are interested in, but they didn't like the camera, so that's different. There you go. But it shows that you're offering other things. Number 3, they buckle their seatbelts, put on their skateboard helmets when they don't know you're watching. That's hard. Or they brush their teeth when they say they're going to. I remember that was not what I did. Anywho, you've been given up a bad habit because you know your kids are watching and they're going to imitate you. That's obviously going to be cursing on my end probably, and eating foods that probably aren't great for you. You have regular family dinners. I always did, and I always felt that was really important. They scream, "I hate you." I think that's also important because there's some passion there, and of course you've screwed something up. So it's a really good list, and I want to know any tidbits that make you know, even though you're doubting yourself, that you yourself are a good parent. My mom always said, if my kid says please and thank you and has manners, that's a sign she's a good parent. I was raised well. When no one's watching, if someone's lower than me in power and I treat them just as well, that's a sign that you're a good parent. So manners are free is what I was always taught, and they mean a lot. So would love to know from you guys what it means to be a good parent. Again, my favorite one on this is your child has failed at something and you just stood there and let it happen, because I don't think that's very easy, but you've got to let your child learn. And we have a topic today of a man who's 30-something, we don't know his age, but he will not leave his parents' house. They had to get to court to evict him. They've already evicted him like 5 times. And, well, he's now being told by the court, you gotta go. So at some point, have some independence. But I'd actually be interested in this because I would like to know what a good parent is gonna do. I'm 36, about 37 in January, so I actually need some advice on here. So what makes a good parent? If you guys are new, write me where you're writing from. Second topic, North Carolina lawmakers want to put in, quote, "God we trust" posters in public schools. North Carolina lawmakers want to put this at every public school in North Carolina. It's according to a new bill that's come to the state house. The poster would be placed in a prominent location. The bill would require students to also pledge their allegiance every day. Remember, in the Pledge of Allegiance, indivisible under God. God is in the Pledge of Allegiance. Supporters say it highlights history. Others people saying this makes me uncomfortable because what do we have a separation with, Leo? Church and state. That's right. He said it. He didn't know if he was saying it right, but he was. He said it hesitantly, but it was right on. A very strong, prominent feature of the Founding Fathers is the reason we left England in the first place is because we didn't want the king to also be the head of the church, which is what is in England. She is the head of the church. So we wanted a complete church and state. It's in. And so I can hear you. Can you hear me? Great. I'm not talking to nobody. There is someone in my ear. I look crazy. So I want to know what you guys think about this. I, of course, am someone that believes strongly in the separation of church and state. I think there's not a place for "in God we trust." I know it's on our money. I know it's written on every dollar bill. I know it's on the coins. I don't think you need to advocate for more of that. if you have a different God, if you don't believe in God, if you're questioning God, you should be able to not feel uncomfortable. North Carolina wants to put "In God We Trust" in very prominent locations, so this isn't something you would able to leave very easily and not see, and you would have to recite the Pledge of Allegiance every day instead of giving you an option for sitting if you'd like. So I just want your opinions on this. A lot of you are probably more conservative than I am. I'd love to hear why you think it's okay, only because we all know separation church and state. That's a founding part of the Constitution. So how would this be okay and sit with you? I just want to know your reasoning. Carrie Hill's writing us in about having what's a good parent. I want to know the other question for you guys is, what makes a good parent? And she just writes me, this is a great one, have manners and be kind. My parents stress those a lot. So according to Good Men Alert, nope, that's not it. It's called the Good Men Project. The Good Men Alert is a dating app. Just kidding. A sign that you're good at parenting is your kids are interested in things you're not. You let your kids fail at something, which is hard to do, but you let them do it. You've given up a bad habit because you realize you don't want them imitating you. So all these signs are signs that you're a good parent. I would love to hear from moms or dads of signs that you're a good parent. Again, I'm 36. Soon I'm going to start thinking of my family. I probably should have started a couple years ago, but whatever. I was trying to get my career together. So what are some signs that mean your kid was raised well? I always think manners. Manners to me, if you say please and thank you to people that don't have as much power than you and you treat them well, I know you've been raised well. I always look at how you treat a waiter or waitress. To me, that's a really big deal. The second topic conversation we need is public schools in North Carolina. There's a bill out in the House right now saying we want big posters in prominent locations in every public school that says, quote, "In God We Trust." I don't think this is fair because I think there is a clear separation between church and state includes public schools, just so you know. When state, they mean the government, the public schools, that's what state means. The founding fathers were against this because they left England due to this. So I just want to hear your opinions. Della Street, these are public schools, not private. What about non-Christian taxpayers who also send their kids to those schools? What happened to church and state, the separation? Again, I completely agree with you, but there's a stronghold, and it is a mostly Southern, old school tradition of saying that Pledge of Allegiance, which includes under God, and including the presence of God, which is not clearly what the founding fathers wanted, but is that what we want now? So I would love to hear your opinions. If you do think it's a good idea to put posters in, you need more God in school, let me know your reasoning, and I'd love to have a discourse with you. If you haven't ever joined before, join right in. Come on, it's a new day. What is it, Wednesday? Hump day. Do it for hump day. That was weird. Nicholas Little, we have the Pledge of Allegiance in our schools. As far as the "In God We Trust," it could be good and bad. So let me know your opinions on this, guys. We're about to get started. We're about 30 seconds away. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, we love you. Have a great Wednesday. I'll be in the digital breaks. Stay tuned. Today on Daily Blast Live, you're out of there. Parents evict their adult son, but there are two sides to every story.
There's these people who are considering that I just want to stay here forever. I just don't want to pay rent. No, I don't like living here.
Roseanne gets real. The season finale tackles the toughest of issues. Joanna Gaines launches a brand new business venture, which got us asking, what can't she do? And it's our DBL Deal Blast. Great gift ideas for everyone in your family at rock bottom prices. Daily Blast Live starts right now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We're almost to the weekend.
Yeah.
Almost there. We got this. And look who's in the house. Emmy award-winning TV host Samantha Harris. So happy to be here. And she'll be with us all week, and she will join the panel later, so stick around. We are hearing more right now from a 30-year-old man named Michael Rotondo. He was evicted from his parents' house after 8 years of rent-free living by a judge in New York. Michael's parents brought the case forward after he ignored 5 eviction letters, some with money offers. Now Michael is speaking out on GMA. Take a look.
After you lose your son, and then shortly afterwards, it's like, hey, I lost your son, and get out of the house. I was devastated when I lost my son. There's these people who are considering that I just want to stay here forever. I just don't want to pay rent. No, I don't like living here.
Well, Michael lost his son in a custody battle, which led to the strained relationship with his parents. And knowing this, does this now change your opinion of him, knowing that he lost the custody battle, he's in with the parents?
To me, it doesn't. You know, I don't think this change. I think it more so ups what Michael needs to do in this situation. His parents are trying to get him on his feet. He lost custody of his child. I'm sure they want to see their grandchild. I'm sure they want him to have custody. They offered him $1,100 to move out to get on his feet. They offered him tips like, hey, listen, if you sell your stereo, you get a couple $, things like that. And people are starting to feel bad for this guy.
I don't feel bad.
He lost custody because he doesn't have a job. If he worked as hard as not working, as opposed to working, we wouldn't be in this situation.
And 5 eviction notices. Now, he is saying that he wanted a 6-month notice.
So that's what he wants.
Well, yeah, and a 6-month notice could have come at any point, probably in the past 8 years, which is how long he's been living at his parents' home. This is just a blatant lack of respect for his parents and a blatant disregard for any sense of personal accountability. He worked for Best Buy, and now he's suing Best Buy for $340,000 because their schedule didn't line up with his custody agreement. Wow. And then he's calling it discrimination. So clearly there is a break from reality.
He said something in that interview that really stuck out to me. He said, I'm not bothering them by living here. It's like that's entitlement in one sentence.
Yes.
I mean, he really feels like, what's wrong? I want to do this thing. I don't want to work. You guys have a house, so what? He's not taking into account they might want their space. They might want their 30-year-old son out of the house. If he had a plan, if he came in and was like, Mom, I'm going to have a job in a month. I'll be done in 6 months, and I'll be out of the house by November. I think they'd be more apt than after 5 letters, he's still refusing to leave.
But do you think the public is being unfair by criticizing Michael, Sam?
No, I do not. First of all, I agree with the judge, and the judge was presented a lot more evidence than the evidence that we're presenting here. And yes, this is a grown man, 30 years old, taking advantage of his parents. I think you hit the nail on the head when you said just the words that come out of his mouth. He plays the victim, and he's not concerned about his parents' well-being. He's only concerned about his own, and that's a shame. Get out, as you would say.
You got to beat it, Michael, this time, buddy.
All right, we are live. Brett Forrest with news at the moment.
Thanks, Sam. The NFL just adopted a new national anthem policy for the entire league. It reads that any players on the field must stand and show respect for the anthem, or the team could face a fine from the league. Players can remain in the locker room during the anthem and cannot be forced to take the field. The Players Association responded saying, quote, the NFL chose to not consult the union in the development of this new policy. Our union will review and challenge any aspect that is inconsistent with the collective bargaining agreement, and the change will go into effect the upcoming season.
Now, Brett, I do want to ask this because I read earlier that the penalty was a 15-yard penalty at the beginning of the game. That's not the case?
No, they were discussing that last night, but they opted instead today to charge a fine to the entire team, but the amount of the fine is not disclosed yet.
Wow. So I've already seen the reaction on my Facebook account, DBL Nation. We want you to chime in because everyone has an opinion. I know that you are an avid football fan.
Yes.
What do you think about this?
You know, a lot of people look at this and they'll think it's a First Amendment issue, like they should be able to do what they want to do. That is true only in the case when you're talking about the government. The government can't tell you what to do, but the NFL is a private corporation and they can do whatever they want to their employees, and they are allowed to do this. And there's one side of me that looks at it from a business perspective where the NFL is like, our clientele doesn't like this. We should change this policy. But then there should also be some morality when you say, even if our clientele doesn't appreciate this, we need to do what's right. You know, I think about Jackie Robinson and like what the Brooklyn Dodgers, probably the decisions they had to make, putting an African-American player on the field. I'm sure they knew that their clientele didn't want that, but look where we are now because they made that tough choice. The NFL needs to make a tough choice and do what's right.
That's a good point. Now, civil disobedience being the high stakes here, and is their responsibility, but you're also a season ticket holder. What's your feeling when you go to games nowadays?
Well, I mean, my husband and I had the conversation this morning when it was about the penalty to 15 yards that we won't be renewing next year or next season. It probably would have happened this season, but we've already renewed.
Because of the kneeling?
It's like, it's the overall climate. I mean, when we go to NFL games, it's to
it's escapism.
Right.
And now we're having full-blown conversations in the stands, and they're very diverse opinions. If I want to share my opinion, I'll do it at work. I don't want to do it in an NFL stadium, so it's just, I think it's really frustrating because we have gotten to the point where everything is so political that we can't even enjoy what we're there for.
Yeah, but what if those players, they're on the grandest stage, they have millions of eyeballs looking at them. You say you want to share your opinion at work. Why can't they share their opinion at work?
You could give rounds of applause all you want, but this is a business, and they run it like a business. If your uniform, if you don't pull your socks up, you get fined. If you don't wear the right cleats that if Nike sponsors your uniforms and you wear Adidas, you have to cover up Adidas. There's a lot of rules in NFL. This isn't just a rule trying to disobey or trying to block free speech. There are multiple rules and multiple things you get fined for. If you don't come out on time, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, there's fines for everything. This is just another thing on this particular business
can I just
list.
ask you,
I just want to clarify that I'm not talking about the players kneeling. I'm talking about the conversations in the stands.
Right.
Yeah, you're
Two totally different
as a season ticket holder.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Please, DBL Nation, please continue to chime in. We're going to switch gears, a little levity. The Voice crowned its newest winner. Yes, the 15-year-old Bryn Cartelli is now the youngest finalist to win. Check out her final performance.
Get closer, closer, walk my way, walk my way, walk my way, walk my way, so we can get closer, closer.
And a lot of you are comparing her to American Idol's winner, Maddie Poppy. If you don't remember, here's Maddie's final performance from Monday's episode. Take a look.
I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you.
All right, so who had better talent this season? Is it American Idol or The Voice?
I don't know. They were both performances were a little lackluster. And that's not me being salty, Al. You look how young these performers are. I think we're seeing a shift. I think both these singing shows are like, we need to find a young person for younger people, younger viewers, because people are aging out of that demo that watch that show, and I think that's why there is a youth movement. There's no reason that both winners should be almost look alike and have roughly the same age. I think this is a marketing technique. Interesting.
So the producers, here it is, blowing it for everybody in Middle America to find out. But you think the producers had, it wasn't the American audience that picked the American Idol winner? You think that it was the producers that picked it, according to Al?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, the choices have been a little questionable. I mean, especially for the finale, but I don't know if it's the producers.
It might be. I mean, they look very similar. Look at side by side. It might be what they think America is looking for.
Right. And probably the demographic, they want their demo to look like that. They don't want their demo to be us.
And as far as aesthetically goes, just watching the show, The Voice is such a grander stage and so much more beautiful. I think American Idol gave all their money to their judges, and they're filming in like a box. It doesn't even look like a grand stage. I don't know.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Ebony Steele, what's coming up on Daily Blast Live?
All right, I'll be glad to tell you what is coming up next on our fifth host. How is it up to 87% off sound? Too good to be true? It's not. It's our DBL Deal Blast. Plus, a former Playboy bunny is all grown up and a great grandma now. She's showing us why you're never too old for a little sass and self-confidence. And you, the viewer, are our fifth host. One state is wanting to display the saying, "In God We Trust," in every public school. Is this a good or bad idea? Your comments are next.
We just opened with the pre-show. I was so excited to come back. We got like hundreds and hundreds of comments on this religion in school situation. Just to give you a little bit of a backup, North Carolina has introduced a bill in the House, and if you guys don't know, each state, I'm just going to give you a rundown if you're new to politics, has a House and a Senate, and they can pass bills much like you do in America. Well, guess what? This bill says they want posters in every single public school in North Carolina. Big, prominent posters that say, quote, "In God We Trust," placed just at, quote, prominent locations in the public school. They're also asking or requiring in this bill to have every student stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance that has the words "under God." Now, if you're unaware of this thing called separation of church and state, the Founding Fathers left England basically because they didn't want their king to also be in charge of their church. If you guys remember, King Henry VIII, he wanted to get a divorce. What did he do? Declared himself king and church of the Church of England. They wanted to separate church and state so that they could represent whatever religion they wanted. That was very clear in the Constitution. Now, this is a major change between the two. And a lot of you are saying, I want God back in school. I want them to believe in Christ. Because of a lot of these school shootings, people are saying prayers have gone down in school and these school shootings have come up. Teen pregnancies, I've been reading in comments and all of that. No matter what you believe, the one thing that we do believe in is we uphold that Constitution. And in my opinion, again, I would love to have a discourse, there is no more straightforward announcement that we want church and state separated. We do not want those. It's a very American tradition. The base of American, the Puritans, left England for this very reason. So even if you believe in Christ and God and you want more God in school, does that bother you that you're going against what the Founding Fathers had thought of church and state? So you guys are just ramping up the comments on this. A lot of you feel very strongly either way. Someone named April was really great. She said, I want everyone to believe in God and Christ, but I also believe in separation church and state, so that I say that takes precedence. So what is the balance for you? What holds more import to you? Does the Constitution, or does your feeling that these kids need God? So that's the question I put to you. And let me know where you're writing me from, because I want to say hi. Hi. Bye.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. North Carolina politicians want to hang posters that say, "In God We Trust," at every public school in that state. Well, a proposed bill would also require students to recite the Pledge of Allegiance every day. Supporters say it highlights history, but opponents say it'll make some students uncomfortable. Sam Shocker has your comments in Fifth Host.
Thank you so much, Ebony. Let's get right to your comments. And here is Austin in Topeka, Kansas. This is his very own DBL take. We got our first video. Let's see it.
I agree with the bill. I think that it's something that our kids need to learn in order to truly understand our history and what our country was founded on, and that motto is part of that. I don't think having it displayed is forcing them to believe in God in any way.
Wow, thank you, Austin, for sending in that DBL take.
That was a great take, and you know, honestly, it's like if this law is enacted, the ACLU is going to sue them immediately. So I think this is more just for conversation. I just think we always need to be mindful that not everybody believes in God. Not everybody believes in the same God, and this country is founded on people having different religious beliefs. So I just think that's a little slippery slope that I try to avoid.
All right, you want to take the next comment, Erica?
Sure. Della on YouTube writes, "These are public schools, not private. What about non-Christian taxpayers who also send their kids to those schools? What happened to separation of church and state?" That's a great point, Della.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I concur. Yeah, I totally understand that. I mean, as someone who, when I say God, I'm saying it like all encompassing, and I feel like a lot of people are like that. Like whatever you believe, I don't say it to be to separate those who believe and don't believe. I just say it as like an entity.
I know exactly what you're saying, yeah. So Karen on YouTube says, I don't think it's a big deal. If you don't like it, don't look at it. What's the harm in a sign? Well, I think I'm going to lean more towards Austin's take on this. I think it is a motto. And I want to kind of incorporate what you said, Erica. I think it's a motto of our country. I don't think it necessarily means God. I mean, it thinks whatever you believe your God is, a higher power, whatever you believe that is. I personally believe in God, so, I mean, it's kind of...
Jeff, let me ask you this. What if an atheist said, I don't want to see that word, I don't believe in it, I believe that it's my right to not read that? What would you say to them?
I guess that's their right, but I mean, if everything I see that I don't believe in around the world, around my daily basis, should I say take that down?
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't believe in everything I see. I believe in what I want to see and what I believe I should see. And if something I don't believe in, I just ignore that. Kind of like what Karen wrote in. You know, so it's your right to believe in what you want, but I don't think we need to tear down all these traditions all the time.
All right, I like it.
Yeah.
Thanks for writing in, and if you want to chime in, send us your DBL take on Facebook or Twitter. Thank
Great
you,
job by Austin.
For leading the pack.
Well, no more of him. He might take my job. That's it. You're done, Austin.
We are live, Brett Forrest, with news at the moment.
Hey guys, if you're taking a vacation to Sin City this summer, the hospitality might be lacking. That's because the Las Vegas Culinary Union just voted to allow a strike on June 1st after their current hotel contracts end. That means 50,000 workers could walk off the job, including bartenders, housekeepers, servers, bellmen, and kitchen staff. This will affect most casinos like MGM Resorts, Caesars, and Tropicana.
So does this mean that they will for sure go on a strike, or they're just kind of entertaining the idea right now?
So the vote allows them to go on strike anytime after June 1st, but it's more of a bargaining chip at this point, and they're still hoping to get some contracts in place by June 1st.
Interesting. All right. Thank you so much, Brett.
That's why you stay in downtown Vegas.
Yeah.
I love downtown Vegas, actually.
Fremont Street.
Yeah, Fremont's fun. Joanna Gaines may be expecting, but she isn't slowing down on design. No, no, no. Tori Shulman has her latest project. I can't wait, Tori. What is it?
Did you think we were done with Joanna? Oh, no. Ha, ha, ha. Joanna Gaines is launching a new children's clothing line with Matilda Jane just in time for summer. It's inspired by her days on the farm. The fixer-upper star says her vision was to create clothing for effortless, easygoing summer days. From bright dresses, playful rompers, and patterned button-ups, there's something for everyone. Now the line expands to babies, tweens, and even adults. Joanna's new line will be available June 1st at MatildaJaneClothing.com, and then she takes over the world. Back to you.
Thanks, Tori. You know, I have to be honest. You know I'm a huge Joanna Gaines fan.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not impressed.
Ooh.
I don't think those were very cute at all.
Yeah.
I'm sad. Joanna, I expected more.
She just unfriended you.
No, see?
She never friended me in the first place. I would have died. Ebony Steele, what's still ahead on Daily Blast Live?
We got a lot, Sam. Chrissy Teigen just gave birth, and John Legend already wants to have another kid. How many kids does it take to feel like a family? And next, Al sounds off on the wackiest viral videos he can find. Don't go away if you need a laugh.
Guess what, DBL Nation? Even when you're done watching us on TV, you can catch all 3 hours on Facebook and YouTube. When you watch online, you get behind-the-scenes footage, and you get to see our hosts totally unfiltered, something you don't want to miss. So excited. Aloha, Melissa Lindsay Shuffett from Hawaii. So exciting. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Not Hawaii. WHAS 11. It looked like Hawaii. No, but we are excited to see you, Cheryl. People said suppressing freedom of speech through guise of being private-owned core. If people don't want to respect our flag, which represents our beautiful free country, then maybe they should move to a different country. Cheryl Dugan Moore. So you guys keep writing in. We appreciate WHAS 11. This is Lex.
Hey,
She's
guys.
adorable and wonderful and has an adorable story.
Yes, so right now, trending on Fox News, they're reporting that Dunkin' Donuts is partnering with Barbara Bush Children's Hospital to help pediatric medicine. So right now, participating locations in Maine and New Hampshire are donating $1 for every iced coffee sold, no matter what flavor, and that's happening right now, today,
That's awesome.
the 23rd of May.
That's amazing. So guys, when you go to Dunkin' Donuts, make sure if you like this cause, who doesn't? It's pediatric medicine.
And actually last year, this isn't the first time that they're doing the campaign. Last year they raised $70,000.
What's great too is that this is the first time since Barbara has passed, so it gives you goosebumps to remember her legacy of helping kids that are sick continues. And Dunkin' Donuts, a big shout out to you because this is a great deal. And I would go and get a donut just because of this, not because I'm hungry. I need carbs and chocolate to fulfill myself. What? Kelly Grega is in this pod. Kelly is another trending topic. What's going on?
Yeah, so we talk about ride sharing quite often. Well, today really exciting news is coming out. Lyft is investing $100 million into rideshare support. So this is actually support for their drivers. We've talked about how drivers are kind of underpaid in these apps.
I have many friends and relatives that have done Uber and Lyft, and they are underpaid.
So this money actually goes toward oil changes, gas fill-ups, clean bathrooms. So they're going to be centers that really profit the drivers.
That's amazing.
And give them support for the cars. Because, you know, when you have that many people coming in and out of your vehicles,
it's a lot on your car.
It's a lot on the car. And just having a place where you can be in your own community and also feel safe and supported, it's a really good PR move.
I gotta say, Lex talked about Dunkin' Donuts. This is Lyft. Notice it's about the brand. The brand is making itself approval to you or non-approval. You can say, I want to participate in that or not. Lyft has become very much a progressive, we want to help out, we're going to give free ride sharing during emergencies. And Uber, whether they like it or not, has sort of become the opposite of that due to sexual abuse allegations. So you choose based on your consumer brand. Let's see.
Welcome back to DBL. Happy Hump Day, everybody. It's time now for Al Sounds Off. And comedian Al Jackson goes off on the wildest stories he could find.
Hey, Jeff, how you feeling?
You look sharp, buddy.
Oh, dude, you're killing it. I'm loving this. Well done, Hannah.
Yeah, way to go, Hannah. All right, let's get going here. Last night on Crisley Knows Best, the family tried to set Chase up on a date, so he decided it was time to introduce them to his girlfriend, of course.
Oh, that sounds
Destiny.
cute.
Let's check it out.
We met at a club.
Yeah, so Chasey came in one night and
Chasey.
and it just felt like I've known him forever.
How long have y'all been seeing each other?
Not too long, but we got really close really fast.
Yeah, I bet you did. Jeff, I can think of 2 reasons why he really likes her.
What would they be, Al?
Her eyes, they're beautiful.
They are,
Yeah.
they are.
And I believe it was the great poet T-Pain that sang the song.
I'm in love with a
stripper.
Oh.
All right. It's a great song, just not so great when you're singing it to your parents. Let's go to the next
Here
one.
we go. A soon-to-be grandfather is covered with excitement in this epic gender reveal.
Oh, what a great gender reveal. We'll all remember this day except for Grandpa. He has a concussion. How about you take some off the fastball, Mom? And how about somebody checks on Grandpa? He's still on the ground. I just hope that kid doesn't inherit his dad's hand-eye coordination. That was a pretty big whiff.
Yeah, you got to take a swing at that
That's
one.
right. Let's go to...
This wife borrowed her husband's truck to help a friend move and returned it with this sweet message on the back. Check this out.
Oh, Jeff, I'm really loving this. I mean, she's literally driving him crazy. How to keep your guy from cheating in 1 easy step.
There you go.
And just remember, you know, this is hilarious when it happens to another guy. All right.
All right, everybody, that's comedian Al Jackson. And that was Al Sounds Off. Good job, buddy. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, happy Stormy Daniels Day.
Yeah.
She's getting a huge honor and the keys to a city. We'll tell you which one. Stick around for that. And right after the break, it's our DBL Deal Blast products you love for a price you'll love even more.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
All right, you guys are writing in at an incredibly high speed. We've got Atlanta, we got Denver, we got Louisville writing in. Huge amounts of comments coming in, hundreds and hundreds, about this religion situation. Someone just wrote in, Jeff Call, Facebook, she's watching from WHAS 11, Louisville. Who decides which God to teach in the schools? Even believers of the same religion have very different ideas of their God. So who decides? Do you really want your government telling your children about your God? And do you really want the government to tell your children which religion is the right religion? Before you say we need a God in our schools, think it through. This is a really smart way of what we call expanding the idea. So let's say we do have God in school. What will that lead to? That will lead to the government telling us more about what specific God, what specific religion we need. So I think this is a brilliant comment. I appreciate Jeff writing in because it's a slippery slope. Some people are saying it's a poster, it's a sign. Karen said it's a sign. But a sign could then lead to having to pray, or a sign can then lead to needing to pray to a certain God, and then that can lead to only allowing certain parts of the Bible to be read. All of these is what people are scared of, and that's exactly what the Founding Fathers were scared of when they created church and state separation. So I love these comments coming in. A lot of you, Priscilla Alexander writing from Cleveland, absolutely. Kids spend most of their day in school, one morning in church, never know what a little prayer could also do, never hurt me. And I think that's an important point. I think it's great to have God in your life. If you believe in that, teach your children that, but do it in your house. This is my opinion. Do it in your house, teach your kids the strength of God, do whatever you need. But when you have, it does hurt when you say, who does it hurt? It hurts a very founding principle of American, what it means to be an American, and that is we do not have the government tell us which God and what religion to believe in. That is literally why they left the Puritans. So keep writing in. You guys are on fire today. I love the passion, and I love the discourse, so keep writing in. Thanks, guys.
It's time for the DBL Deal Blast. Yay! We can't get enough of these cool items and awesome deals from morningsave.com. First, the Silvercrest Fitness Tracker. They monitor your steps, distance, calories burned even during your sleep cycle. Those are calories during your sleep cycle. Did you know you can burn them? And you can sync it to your smartphone and track it all. Retail price can be as much as $80, but thanks to our friends at morningsave.com, you can get a set of 2 for only $18. Next, our glam team is loving the Affinity Gold Blower Brush Hair Dryer and Styler. The brush dries, smooths, and styles your hair up to 80% faster than your normal routine. It also helps protect your hair from heat damage for frizz-free styles. I love it. And the retail price can be as high as $300, but it can be yours today for just $39. That's a huge steal. We tried it out and the results were absolutely seamless. It gives any hair a healthy and clean glow. And finally, the Wasp Cam Rocks waterproof Wi-Fi action camera. It shoots video in Ultra HD 4K resolution and takes high resolution photos. Plus, it has built-in Wi-Fi so you can easily upload videos and pictures to your phone or computer. The kit comes with 18 mounts and accessories, including a waterproof case. It can easily be as much as $130, but you can get it for only $49 at morningsave.com. So DBL Nation, you can get any of these awesome deals and more at morningsave.com. I already know I bought a bunch of all my Christmas presents. Back to you guys.
Oh, that's a good idea to get early holiday shopping. I like. Wait, no, I have a question for you, Sam. Did you get that dryer? Because that brush dryer thing looked cool.
Girl, I got the blow dryer, and legit, it does help with 80%. I felt like that I had a lot more time. Usually, it takes me about 40 minutes to style my hair. It took about 25.
Oh,
so that additional 15 minutes, that's priceless in my book.
Especially with a baby at home.
Priceless, exactly.
Okay, very nice. What do you guys want to try or check out?
I like the camera personally for $49.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to get a big expensive camera. Try it out if you like it. You know what I mean? First, you don't just because you go to the gym doesn't mean you need the best equipment all the time. You know what I mean? Get that first. It's a good deal. All right, guys. Coming up, Emmy-winning award TV host Samantha Harris is joining the DBL panel. You don't want to miss it. Here's what's coming up on DBL.
Adult film star Stormy Daniels is getting the key to the city. But what city is bestowing such an honor? Chrissy Teigen just gave birth, and John Legend already wants another. Does having more kids make it feel more like a family? And this sassy social media granny is proving you're never too old to show a little skin and live your best life. More DBL when we come back. What's this one? All right, guys, so we are getting a record amount of comments on this North Carolina bill that is saying in every public school, we want to put a poster in a prominent location that says, "In God We Trust." You guys are off the charts. I just want to read this. We have like 1.8 thousand from 11 Alive. In Denver, we have 552. 1.7 thousand is coming in from King 5. So keep writing in. You guys are killing it with comments. I just got an interesting comment in a Twitter, in DM. So this is from Nicholas Little. As far as in the God We Trust situation, the high school I graduated from has New Testament and Old Testament classes, but they're elective. So you're not required to take them. We also had Fellowship of Christian Athletes and other Christian-based clubs, but it was left up to the students. I'm fine with that. I'm really okay with that. If you want to have God in your school, start a separate club and do that. That's fine. I have no issue with that. What I don't think is fair is having to pass by and in God We Trust every day when I might be an atheist, I might believe in different gods, whatever it is, I don't want the government telling me that I need to look at that poster. And when you say it's just a poster, it's not a big deal. You know what? It's a slippery slope, and that's what makes it a big deal.
Let me ask you a question, Tori. I heard you talking. This is very controversial.
Yeah,
like that.
we're getting
like
a ton of comments.
So do you believe we should change our money as well? Take that off the money?
Well, I said that. That's funny because I said I know it's on the coins and I know it's on the dollar bill. If it were up to me, yeah.
So, but you don't believe that it means more? It's not just it's a motto to our country, not necessarily God himself?
I like the idea that you said that, but let's say I'm an atheist. That's directly against what I believe in. So it's not a motto for me.
What if you found out George Washington raped and pillaged everybody? Would you not spend that currency anymore?
I don't care as much as in the person, but the Constitution. So it's a great conversation we're going to have. Let me know what you guys keep writing in.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Let's give a warm welcome, everybody, to Emmy award-winning host Samantha Harris.
Thank you. So glad to be here again. This has been a fun week.
We love having you.
You locked down that Emmy TV winning title.
As she should.
Absolutely, absolutely.
As you absolutely should.
It's only Wednesday. We locked it in.
Perfect. Nice.
And she will be with us all week. Let's get right to the stories. This one is creating a lot of controversy online. Rapper T.I. is calling for a boycott of the restaurant chain Houston's after 3 African-American women say an off-duty cop assaulted them. Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
That's right, Sam. The women, who are all actresses in Atlanta, say they were arrested for trying to use the bathroom. Take a look at this video.
Stop! I'm recording it. I'm recording it. Stop. I'm calling the police. Stop doing that. Why would you do that? I'm calling the police. You're not holding anybody. Come on.
Police say Brittany Lucio, Asia Epperson, and Erica Walker were in the bathroom after business hours and were told repeatedly to leave. Things became heated when a security officer tried to grab Lucio by the wrist. That's when they were all arrested for criminal trespassing. Lucio was also charged with felony obstruction. An attorney for the women claims the restaurant was still open and is asking to have all the charges dropped.
What is the restaurant saying, Raquel?
They're defending their actions. They said the managers acted appropriately.
And do we know how long they were in the bathroom for?
It doesn't say in there, and their lawyer said it was long enough. What he said is that they went in and they were going to leave. They just needed to take the time to wash their hands and get ready.
Okay, so we definitely have a he said, she said problem here, because what I found is that the restaurant and the police officer, who was a police officer, by the way, this wasn't just a security guard. He was a police officer, fully clothed, and he was on duty within the premises of that mall, that Houston's.
Okay.
Now, according to him and according to the restaurant, they were closed. Those 3 women asked, can we please use your facilities? They were denied those facilities. They were not allowed them, according to the restaurant. The women went in anyway, would not come out of the restroom. That's when the police officer asked them to come out, waited, according to him, an appropriate amount of time, called for backup. They still wouldn't come out, and that's when he did physically assault one of the women to get her out of the bathroom, and the other 2 women went along with it. Now, the women are claiming, though, that they were allowed to use the bathroom. They weren't in there that long, so we do have 2 sides to the story. I don't know which side is telling the truth at this point.
Well, it's hard, especially when you watch the video, and we just showed a little bit of it. It is incredibly disturbing. If the goal was to remove the girls from the restroom, once they were outside, when this video started being shot by one of the 3 of them, why didn't they say, okay, we're done now, you are out of the restaurant, goodbye? And instead, he was repeatedly trying to bring their arms behind the back to obviously put handcuffs on.
But would you arrest them for trespassing? That's protocol for arresting someone.
It is.
And they got arrested.
And they got arrested, obviously. We saw
but
those
did they? I
shots.
think your point is very valid in the sense that, especially with the history that we've seen with the Starbucks and with Yale University and all these different incidents, it's hard we got to look at a case-by-case basis, because were they following protocol, this police officer? Were they de-escalating the situation? Were they escalating the situation? Did these women deserve to be removed?
I can't really take a stand on this exact situation because we don't really know what happened. In all the other examples, we have physical proof. We can see the video of the entire encounter. What we're seeing is what happened in the aftermath. What I can say, based on what we know about from the police angle and from the people who are the victims or suffering the consequences of it, is that we all need to be responsible for our actions and be very mindful of what we're doing, when, where, and why. I know I've changed the way that my mentality is about things because I know that I'm not off limits, but I can't make a judgment call because we don't know what happened.
All right, we're just gonna have to wait till more details come out. We will stay on that story. Adult film star Stormy Daniels is getting the key to the city of West Hollywood. Today will officially be designated Stormy Daniels
There's one
Day.
clap.
It's Tori. It's always Tori.
Tori Schulman, as she battles the president in a lawsuit to free her from her non-disclosure agreement. The city says Stormy has, quote, proven herself to be a profile in courage by speaking truth to power. Samantha, what do you think that Stormy Daniels should have a Stormy Daniels Day?
Well, I just think it'd be fun to see all the drag queens dressed as Stormy Daniels. So for that, I'd like to see it. Look, I think that this is taking a story and kind of giving it an unnecessary platform. on the one hand, to make an entire day in West Hollywood. But West Hollywood is known to be sort of boys' town, and the LGBT community is very strong there. And so if any community was to support her, and obviously many in the community are anti-Trump, this is obviously where you'd see that happen.
So it makes sense to you. I know you're not a huge fan of Stormy Daniels.
No, I don't think it's fun at all. I don't think it's fun if drag queens dress up like Stormy Daniels. I don't think it's fun. I don't think she has anything to do with that community. I don't know why they're giving her the key to that city. This is a direct shot at Trump. It's embarrassing. Clapping for this is embarrassing. It's gone way too far. To give a key to the city to a prostitute who broke a deal.
She's
a
not
prostitute is someone who
She's
sleeps
not a
with somebody for money. That's what a prostitute is. Someone who sleeps with somebody for money and then backs out on that contract after the contract is already done. That's embarrassing in itself.
Oh, wait, let's get clear about what the contract was, right? The contract wasn't, here's a contract for you to sleep with Donald Trump. The contract was, don't speak about it afterwards. So that's the contract.
And she was apparently threatened. She was called a liar. The reason why reason why this all came about is he did call her a liar. She's trying to stand her ground and prove that, protect her own identity, her dignity, her character. And I think,
listen, that's tough in itself. To give her a key is embarrassing to our country. Okay, if Ron Jeremy slept with Hillary Clinton and somebody gave him a key to the city, there would be outrage.
The difference is people think that she, by standing up to Donald Trump, is very courageous because she's standing up to someone with power, and on top of that, they believe that she may be the person to take down President Trump.
Let's just take this scenario. Do you think this is a good idea to give her a key to the city? Is it relevant?
I think I really don't have a stake in the game. I don't care either way, but I could see why some people who say, okay, good, finally, here's someone that has a voice for the people that have remained voiceless under Donald Trump, they feel like that she's their voice.
I agree with Jeff to the extent that this is embarrassing, but the reason why she's even in our living rooms and we're talking about her is the biggest embarrassment of all. So without that embarrassment, we wouldn't have all of this.
That is a fantastic point, Erica. I really appreciate that you said that, because that is the bigger story here. And we wouldn't have her at the forefront of this if Donald Trump hadn't taken the actions that he has taken time and time again with many women.
And I will concur. I agree with you guys wholeheartedly. But who's the bigger person? When is someone going to be the bigger person here and say enough is enough with this Stormy Daniels?
Well, she's trying to clear her name. You got to give it to her.
No, I'm not giving her anything.
I wouldn't want to be called a liar.
She already got a key to the city. All right, never mind.
Okay, we got to move on to the next story. Okay, his wife just had a baby a few days ago. This is a nice story, but already John Legend says he wants more kids. Chrissy Teigen just gave birth to Miles Theodore last week, and she's already mom to toddler Luna. But John says more kids would make him feel, quote, feel like more like a family.
Doesn't one child make you? I mean, I think it would have been different if the quote was, I really want to have a big family. But to say to have a third kid would make it feel more like a family, how does it not feel like a family now?
That's interesting.
I can understand that because I grew up in a household where at times there were 10 of us. So there were always a lot of people. And I mean, we didn't have a huge home. So when I would go and visit my friends who were only kids, be like, what is this civilization? Like, it was just the strangest thing. Like, everything was so civilized. It seemed different than what I was used to. So I can see why he said it like that, but I do agree.
I want to hear from the guy that has a baby on the way.
Well, I can't believe it's Stormy Daniels Day. I'm just joking. But no, we actually were just talking about this with my wife, or obviously we were talking together. One on the way, so she's like, what do we do now? It might be a C-section. I know that we're going to get a little graphic here, but it might be a C-section. She has an opportunity to get her tubes tied to end it. So I just got this discussion yesterday. Sorry, it's very private, but I'm letting you guys in. So I was like, wait a second. She's telling me when I'm on the phone at a shoot, and I'm like, well, maybe we talk in person about this and put a little more time into it. But I think two is definitely, I think one's a family. I think, you know, dogs are a family, but, you know, if you could afford 3, go for it. But right now, for me, 2 is
2 and done.
Plenty, and it's not even 2 yet. It's 1.5.
It's 1 and a pregnant wife. Yeah. All right, we are live. Al Jackson has a new story coming in hot.
That's right, Sammy. The Rock is starring in a new movie called Skyscraper. What's it about? I'll give you a guess. Yeah, it's about the tallest tower in the world. The Rock just tweeted the trailer and says the movie pays homage to films that inspired it, like Die Hard, The Towering Inferno, and The Fugitive. That's a lot to live up to, but I think The Rock can do it, so let's check it out.
The Pearl is the most advanced super tall structure in the world. It's a breathtaking achievement.
But
No one really knows what would happen if things go wrong.
The 96th floor is on fire.
And my family's in there.
Turn around!
That's right, DBL Nation. Catch Skyscraper in theaters July 13th.
Hey, Al, quick question. Did the movie pay, who did the movie pay homage to?
He was going for homepage.
First of all, I said homepage, which was worse than homage. I just saw home. I was like, are we talking about the movie's website? I didn't understand.
I was glad you said homepage, because otherwise it's like he doesn't know how to say homage.
Wow,
Then I realized it was just he was just misreading.
Samantha, do you understand how much Al makes fun of me?
It was Sam, I have confirmation it was spelled wrong in the prompter, so thank you.
Oh, yes,
My name has been cleared, just like Stormy Daniels.
Stormy Daniels' name has not yet been cleared, actually. A candidate for governor is making history, and firefighters are celebrating fatherhood. Ebony has more top trending stories.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on today. But a big congrats to the Glenpool Fire Department in Oklahoma. 7 of their firefighters are new dads. Here they are with their babies. Within just a few months, within a few months of each other, they all had kids who now range from 2 months old to 15 months old. And a kind stranger on a flight from Dallas to Tampa has social media buzzing. Wesley Thomas reports that when his 2-year-old niece started getting a little cranky, a man sitting nearby came over and offered the little girl a tablet to draw on. He said, "I have 4 daughters," and so he clearly understood. We love stories like this. And Stacey Abrams has just made history in the Georgia gubernatorial race. She's the first female nominee for governor from either party. If she wins in November, she'll be the first black woman elected to governor in any state. We'll be keeping all eyes on her this fall. And coming up on Daily Blast Live, a former Playboy bunny is proving that you're never too old to live life with confidence, grace, and a little sass. She's our DBL Spotlight. And don't go away, because when we come back, we break down the juiciest moments in reality TV. You got it. Reality Roundup is next.
April 1335 says, "I love the live show and that everyone can be so honest and go off script." There is no script, just so you guys know. This whole show is live and about how we all feel. As you can see, Jeff gets really heated about Stormy. He gets real stormy about Stormy. By the way, I didn't clap. I wasn't the one. I swear to God, I wasn't the one who clapped. I swear on our friendship, I didn't clap.
I don't believe it.
Wow, thank you for believing in our friendship. Cool.
Who else claps for Stormy Daniels every time it's mentioned?
People back there. I'm not going to say names, but people who really believe that she's a fighter in the resistance movement. I didn't.
What is she, in Star Wars? Get real. Resistance movement.
So, wow. Okay, so yeah. So there is no script. Check your anger at the door, sir. But we do love. Good conversations. A lot of you guys are writing in and saying about the situation about North Carolina. There's a bill that's saying they want "In God We Trust," and Onetta wrote in on our app, and I was very excited to see that. And this is what Onetta wrote. She says, as Onetta Dean wrote in our free app, "In God We Trust." No, as a lesbian, it makes me feel threatened. So when I just want people to hear both sides. When someone's like, "It's just a sign. It's not a big deal. If you put it up in every public school in North Carolina, in God We Trust, what's the big deal?" Well, there's a reason. Onetta feels threatened every time she would have to go past it. If you haven't come out as a teenager and you're with parents and you feel uncomfortable, that might bring up a lot of guilt or some issues. And in general, to me, it's just a slippery slope. We strongly believe in the separation of church and state. Someone also asked about a moment of silence. And the difference there for me is a moment of silence, you can speak to anybody. You can meditate. You don't have to talk to God. You can do some equations in your head, or you can really, really pray. That to me is more even-handed because it's allowing you just to have a meditative moment. "In God We Trust" is much more specific and religiously specific, which is against what the Founding Fathers originally wanted. But you guys are killing it with the comments coming in. Eileen Felix watching Atlanta on 11 Alive, more right-wing Republicans shoving their beliefs on others while disrespecting other faiths. Not something Jesus would do. I would love to hear responses from you guys on that.
Welcome back to Reality Roundup. Oh yeah, look at you, girl. She's got it. She's got it. This is where we break down all the juiciest moments in reality TV. All right, if you think your house is crazy, a new show on TLC might make you feel better. Our Wildlife premiered last night. It's all about a family who owns, get this, over 80 animals.
Unbelievable.
Everything from zebras, pigs, and lemurs. Many of them live in their house. Check it out.
He's a little baby Eastern Grey kangaroo. I love his feet. They smell like Fritos. Skipper goes everywhere I go. Oops, accident on aisle 1. We're gonna get kicked out.
So this is a new reality show. You're blinking your eyes. Will you continue to watch it, Erica Cobb?
No, why would you put feet on your face? I mean, that is like the epitome of disgusting.
You don't smell your dog's feet? I do.
It's a kangaroo.
Things. How cute is that? First of all, I love the fact that there's a kangaroo following you around.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's the cutest thing ever. I want to see all the other animals.
Me too.
Sam, you would totally, no, I'm not even going to disagree with you because I know you would totally live this life.
Oh, in a heartbeat. I prefer animals over humans. That's the true story.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry.
I love
All right,
it.
up next, the crew from Below Deck Mediterranean has seen its fair share of dangerous waters, but they are up against the odds with a very high maintenance group of charter guests. Things go awry when one of the guests gets caught lying about her dining habits.
They don't not like a baby in a high chair, and you put a Cheerio, and then you put a Cheez-It. Then they just whine and cry and kick it all off and ask for applesauce anyway.
What do you think about that, Samantha Harris?
I don't know. That type of show is not my thing.
No?
I would pass on that one. I'm going back to the animals.
Right.
Okay.
And I have an issue with people that actually, you know, seem like they are high and mighty when they get a server or something. They just start ordering people around.
Girl, as former servers, we know what
Exactly.
that's like.
And just so they all know, charter guests, we know your trip is discounted, so you're not that bougie.
Right. Applebee's University right here.
Okay, and this clip that we just saw, it brings us to Miss Ebony Shields' Shade of the Day.
Girl, bye. All right. Look, lady, have several seats. You're way too serious about what you want to eat. First of all, let's address those glasses. Rice cakes on your eyes? You get no passes. You've been running people around for quite a while. I'd blow you off and give you a Coke with this shady smile. I get it. You're on vacay and you're trying to be fly. But if you change your order on me, you'll get my famous girl. Bye.
Bye, girl. Bye. We are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at this moment.
Danica Patrick is about to make history. She's going to be the first woman ever to host the ESPY Awards. The racing legend posted an official announcement this morning on Instagram. Past hosts for the ESPY Sports Award include Peyton Manning and John Cena. She'll take the stage July 18th. But first, Danica has big plans for this weekend. She's hoping to make history with her final race at the Indy 500.
Woo! Get it, girl.
I love that. Can't believe there hasn't been a woman that's hosted the ESPYs. There are a lot of fantastic female athletes.
Right? How disappointing.
The Williams sisters at the very least.
Right.
Okay, anyway.
That'd be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, what's your go-to ice cream treat, huh? Tori has a story. Good transition, Sam. It's coming in hot. Get it, Tori.
Thank you. It's coming in cold. I scream, you scream, we all scream for what? Ice cream. Thank you very much. The New York Times has just released a ranked list of the best frozen treats. Chipwich, fudgesicles, and ice cream sandwiches all made the list. Check out our favorites. Take a look.
I'll take these first. We're going ice cream sandwich second. Bomb Pop third. There it is. And an honorable mention by Klondike, but they melt too quickly and then they get on your finger. It's not a good look.
Which is my favorite? I hate mint. I don't like too much mint and cold. It makes me snarl.
My number one, summertime jam, I'm going with the Klondike bar. What would you do for a Klondike bar? How about this hat?
This is my childhood wrapped up in a delicious chocolate-covered ice cream cone.
Boom, bam! The Chipwich. And you know why? One word, texture. You're welcome. Can I eat this? So, DBL Nation, what is your favorite summer treat? Let us know.
I'm excited about this. This is a cashew milk.
Oh, it's delicious.
Frozen dessert.
Crack it open, girl.
A little,
Got the Klondike, the drumstick, and we got strawberry shortcakes down here. I haven't seen the strawberry shortcake.
I might be healthy, but one thing I don't turn down is dessert. So cashew milk, thank you.
Delish.
What do you want?
You got this, Sam, or you want me to get it?
Yeah, you get it.
Okay, coming up on Daily Blast Live, an interview with the most confident and social media savvy great-grandmother around.
guys, welcome to the Digital Breaks. I'm Tori Shulman. I'm your host of the Digital Breaks. I had 3 chip witches. I don't want to lie. I just want to get it out there and move on. Does my stomach hurt? Yes, but can you zoom down? These are colored paper bag pants.
Love them.
Love them because coverage. One word, coverage. We're going to Angelica. Angelica's an awesome trending story about Becca Kufrin. Am I right?
Yes, good job. So she is the new Bachelorette.
She was the one who was dissed. Am I
Yes.
right?
So
Okay.
the story is kind of hilarious. It's trending on page6.com. So you know how she was let go? She was the winner, and then he decided to change his mind. So all the fans were so pissed that they felt bad for her, and they Venmo'd her like thousands of dollars because they felt bad for her.
I also have 3 chip witches, so people could Venmo me.
But the story here is she got $6,000 in Venmo donations, and now in her new promo that she's sporting, the
Take a look,
sequin
Chris.
gown cost $6,000. So
Oh,
people are laughing,
man.
saying maybe she used all her Venmo donations for her new gown.
Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
If you were the Bachelorette, if I were the Bachelorette, and this had happened to us, and you get $6 grand, you know where you put it? You give it to charity.
Yeah, not on your
You
dress.
don't do it on the dang sequence. The whole idea is you're trying to endear yourself to a bunch of people, including America.
Yep.
So if I were she and I had gotten the $6,000, I would have worn a Target dress, been one of the people, and given it to some animal charity. But you know what? To each his own. Am I right?
We don't know for sure if that's what she
It's just
spent
the
it on,
same amount.
But we do know the dress cost that much, which is kind of ridiculous.
And maybe she handed it right back to the stylist
Yeah,
afterwards.
maybe.
So we want to not judge too hard, but we'll judge a little.
We'll judge a little.
We'll judge a little. We're fine. We're going over to Raquel. Raquel,
Every
Danica
single
Patrick.
one. Yes.
Danica Patrick is the first female to host the ESPYs.
Correct, in 25 years.
Has there ever been a gay host of the ESPYs?
If there was, it hasn't been open.
Got it. So interesting to find how crazy that is that no female athlete or gay athlete, we'll find more about this.
Yeah.
Guys, who would you want to represent the gay community or a female to lead other than Danica Patrick? Who would be the person you want to host those ESPYs? Serena Williams.
Williams,
Has
that's what I
gotta
was
get
about to
in
say.
there, right?
Next
She's the greatest.
year.
Give
How
it to
does she
me.
have
Give
it
it to
already?
me.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today, we're shining the DBL spotlight on aging with confidence. Earlier, I spoke with a former Playboy bunny whose modeling career is not slowing down. Trust me, take a look.
Dory Jacobson isn't your average lingerie model or Instagram sensation. This 83-year-old former Playboy bunny and now beauty blogger is breaking all the rules about what we think about age. Sexy lingerie is a staple for this great-grandmother with 30,000 Instagram followers. Her message? Dress for your body, not your age.
Dory Jacobson joins us now. Dory, what made you decide to not let age hold you back and pose in lingerie and these beautiful undergarments?
I do have this blog, Senior Style Bible, and the whole idea of it is to help women realize that age is nothing more than a number. Just because you reach the point where you qualify for a senior citizen discount didn't mean it was all downhill from there.
But what has the overall response been?
It's been fantastic. It has inspired women to realize that maybe it isn't that terrible to grow older. And the perception of aging has to change. Because we're not like our grandmothers.
Right.
They were old at 50, and we are not.
What do you say to any of the haters out there that may say things?
The idea of getting back into the lingerie was to promote body positivity and show that you didn't have to have that 20-year-old body in order to still be an attractive woman, that we can embrace our imperfections.
So what's your best advice for women who want to stay sexy as they age?
Well, you know, I think everyone has a choice. You can age in whatever manner you wish. I, for one, will take advantage of everything that's out there for me, and no one should be able to tell you how you should be aging. It's your choice.
We thank you so much for joining us. And for more info about Dory, go to her Instagram page at Senior Style Bible. Thank you so much for being with us on Daily Blast Live, Dory.
Thank you so much.
Way to
Yes.
go, Dory. Yes.
I'm optimistic.
I know, man. Following in Dory's footsteps, I hope.
Yeah.
You're gonna do lingerie at 83?
If I look like that, I will.
Yeah.
Good for her.
You don't do it now. Why would you do it then?
Because she's owning it. I want to be like Dory.
Exactly.
We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought.
Guys, what's going on? Alex right over here, if you can get a quick shot, wave your hand. He's a brilliant editor, and he cut together some amazing stuff. Whoever watches the DBL Rewind, it's so good. Or The Breaks, if you ever watch The Breaks, he puts that all together. So big cheers. Oh, you do the DBL Rewind? Grega? Oh my God, round of applause for Grega. I love DBL Rewind. I love DBL Rewind. Congratulations, it's great. I'm so sorry to give that to Alex. Alex, you suck. No, I'm just kidding. So we just have a lot of great people that I want to get correctly given the right proper props. So Grega is amazing at doing DBL Rewind. He's doing something called The Breaks. We're a little crazy in The Breaks, as you can see. So you're going to be able to get a little put together group of that. You guys are loving the live show today. You're loving the passion. I want to hear what Tammy Gibson had to say about the separation of church and state. She said, I do believe that the founding fathers were believers, meaning Christian. And from what I read, I need to do research. They wanted in God we trust. I'm a Christian, but I want people to have a choice and not force them to believe. Great statement, Tammy. That's exactly right. They were Christian, most of them were, and but the idea of separation of church and state was important to them. They might have wanted in God we trust, but the principle of separating church and state was foremost in their minds when they're creating that Constitution, and I just think it's a slippery slope. You guys can disagree with me all you want. I just think it's a slippery slope, and you guys are going crazy. So Jason Anderson says, a nice job, DBL crew. And Ethan Halhowski says, Chipotle is leaving Denver, plans to move to California. Favorite Chipotle burrito? Hit me up, guys.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We have a lot of people commenting in regard to the NFL. We have Cheryl Dugan-Morris on Facebook watching from WHAS 11. If people don't want to respect our flag, which represents our beautiful, free country, then maybe they should move to a different country. You want to respond to that real quickly in 15 seconds?
That's the oldest thing, and if you don't like it, move. And it's like that's the exact opposite of what this country is founded on. It's like stay here and let's figure out a way to make it work together.
All right. The stories never stop. We don't either. We're live on YouTube and Facebook. Keep the conversation going. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
To do the deal. So guys, we got some rock bottom prices, and these are presents and gifts for everyone. Male, female, gender fluid, you name it, we got it. So we're gonna show you the first one up, Leo, is my favorite, the Infinity Gold Blower. Do we have that one? The Gold Blower, here we go, guys. Infinity Gold Blower Brush Hair Dryer and Styler. What this is a hair dryer and a styler and a straightener all in one. So this saves you from doing this, and then that. So we're gonna come on up here, and we're gonna keep showing you. So what we got for you guys is usually, it's expensive, think about it. It does all that stuff. It has tourmaline technology, nanotechnology, protects your hair. Usually it's 300 bucks. No, I think we should lower it. Maybe 200, lower, 100, lower. Let's go to $39. That's a savings of 87%. Tori, how do I get this gift? How do I give this to all of my friends and family? Well, I'll tell you. morningsave.com/dailyblastlive. Go ahead and bookmark that. You're gonna need it for Christmas, for Hanukkah, for Kwanzaa, for birthdays, for bridesmaids, for housewarming. I got your next present. Coming up, 2-pack Silvercrest fitness trackers. I just got one. It's in a cute little lime green because it goes with everything for spring. And what this does is keeps you accountable. The best thing though we learned is that if you do fitness trackers with friends, you end up losing more weight. So guess what? I want to give you a 2-pack for free. Just kidding, 2-pack, not for 80 bucks. Buy 2 for $18. That's 78%. This is a good gift, even if you was like a stocking stuffer or something small. You want to give this, get 2 and give them out to brothers, sisters, competitive couples. You got it. I know Anthony and Erica, I was like, what's Anthony? You know, she loves competing with her husband, so this would be great. Moving on, the iPhone 6 or 6 Plus battery case. This is available in Today on Daily Blast Live, you're out of there. Parents evict their adult son, but there are two sides to every story.
There's these people who are considering that I just want to stay here forever. I just don't want to pay rent. No, I don't like living here.
Roseanne gets real. The season finale tackles the toughest of issues. Joanna Gaines launches a brand new business venture, which got us asking, what can't she do? And it's our DBL Deal Blast. Great gift ideas for everyone in your family at rock bottom prices. Daily Blast Live starts right now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We're almost to the weekend.
Yeah.
We got this. We got it. And look who's in the DBL house. It's Emmy award-winning TV host Samantha Harris.
Yeah. So happy to be here with you guys.
We're so happy to have you, and you're going to be with us all week long. We still have a couple more days with you, and later in the show, we have Samantha Harris joining the panel, so stay tuned for that.
Yep.
All right, we are hearing more right now from a 30-year-old man. We talked about this yesterday, but we're going to hear more from Michael Rotondo. That's right. He was evicted from his parents' house after 8 years of rent-free living by a judge in New York. Michael's parents brought the case forward after he ignored 5 eviction letters, some with money offers, and now Michael's speaking out on GMA. Watch.
After you lose your son, and then shortly afterwards, it's like, hey, I lost your son, and get out of the house. I was devastated when I lost my son. There's these people who are considering that I just want to stay here forever. I just don't want to pay rent. No, I don't like living here.
Michael did lose his son in a custody battle, which led to the strained relationship with his parents. So knowing this, does this change your opinion on Michael living with his parents?
Well, just watching that interview, something he said really struck me. He said, I'm not bothering them by living here. And that is the definition of entitlement. It's like, hey, I'm comfortable here. I'm great. So why would you not want me in the house? He has no consideration that maybe after, your parents are older and they might want their home back after a while. It's been 30 years, buddy. It's time to go.
Ebony?
Well,
does he deserve all this criticism?
Well, at first when we were reading this, I thought we were talking about my ex-husband, but that's okay. I was getting a little confused in the timeline here, but he lost his child to custody in September, but they've been trying to get him to leave for 8 years. So when he had custody, I'm trying to figure out if the child was there. And listen, my dad said a long time ago, man that doesn't work shouldn't eat. And everybody should, unless there's a mental issue, and we're not doctors, so we can't diagnose that. And I'm sure if it was, his parents wouldn't be putting him out. To me, he just seems lazy.
Yeah, because they offered him money, Jeff. You have all the details. They offered him $1,100.
Well, I want to reference to what he said. He said, well, first I'm going to get kicked out. Now I lost my kid. He doesn't understand that they go hand in hand. Right. You don't have your kid because you live at home. His parents offered him $1,100 to get on his feet. They offered him business tips on how to sell some of his items to make some extra money. If he worked as hard at not working as he just did at working, he'd be fine and have partial custody of his kid. He doesn't get the point that he doesn't have custody because he lives with his parents and has no income.
And Jeff, think about the selfishness of dragging your parents at the end of their life through this public embarrassment. Did you see their face in the courtroom?
They look like they're devastated. They're hurt by this, I'm sure.
Not fair at all. Look at them. Not fair. All right, DBL Nation, chime in on this one. We want to hear from you. We are live. Brett Forrest with news at the moment.
Thanks, Sam. The NFL just adopted a new national anthem policy for the entire league. It reads that any players on the field must stand and show respect for the anthem, or the team could face a fine from the league. Players can remain in the locker room during the anthem and cannot be forced to take the field. The Players Association responded saying, quote, the NFL chose to not consult the union in the development of this new policy. Our union will review and challenge any aspect that is inconsistent with the collective bargaining agreement. The change will go into effect for the upcoming season.
Do you think that the ticket holders, the attendees, that they are going to like this new climate, or do you think that people are going to be up in arms?
I think the NFL is worried about people being up in arms. I think they're worried about the ratings dropping. And what we're looking at here, I think people will look at this and think it's a First Amendment issue. It's not. The NFL is a private corporation and can do what they want with their employees. Right. So they are technically in the right in saying, we're going to fine you if you commit this action we don't want. What they have to do is look at it, it's like, how will history judge you? Because if you think about Jackie Robinson with the Brooklyn Dodgers, they could have said the same thing. They could have said our clientele does not want to see an African-American on the ball field. They went through, which I'm sure was a horrendous transition, but look where we are today. So it's on the NFL, but it's a moral thing. It's not a private. It's not a First Amendment issue.
Do you think that players will risk it and get fined?
I think they will. I think a player will step up and say, I'll pay the team fine. I'm doing what I believe in. But we do have to understand that this is an organization, like Al said. If your uniform's incorrect, you get fined. If excessive celebration, you get fined. If you don't show up, you get fined. This is a business. This isn't just one thing that they're focusing on. The NFL has a lot of rules that comes with a lot of heavy fines.
Do you want to button it?
Well, I just think that for someone like me who, I love sports and I love it for entertainment, and I just think it's kind of sad that a lot of people right now are turned off by this entire thing. But you have to stand up for what you want to stand up for. I just want it to kind of be a solution and kind of be over so everybody can keep it moving.
All right. And happening right now, Kevin Federline is demanding more money from his ex, Britney Spears. He wants a judge to increase his $20,000 a month child support payment. Britney and Kevin have 2 sons together, and sources close to Britney say K-Fed is using the money to support himself, his wife, and his 3 additional kids. That's according to TMZ. Britney makes $34 million a year, while K-Fed makes around $3 grand a month. But then, of course,
2/3 of that is Britney.
And then, of course, he makes the additional $20 grand that's supposed to support their 2 children, not his lifestyle, not his wife's lifestyle, not the 3 additional kids. Again, this is embarrassing.
I just, and this may not be popular, but I always, first of all, find it unattractive when a man tries to get into a woman's pocketbook, period. And I know sometimes it flips the other way around. And this is just the life that you're living right now, bro. And I think recently, is Britney going to Vegas? Is that what she's doing? Coming up soon, she's coming to Vegas. And maybe he sees
She's in Vegas. She has a residency.
Yeah. Okay, and sees the wheels turning right now. And he's like, hey, let me go ahead and start getting on this bandwagon right now.
But this is why we need sweeping policy change. This is ridiculous.
23
there
grand a month?
There are countries that have they figured out what it costs to raise a child in that country, and you base child support and make it universal for everybody. There is no reason that Britney Spears is giving this man, a healthy man,
23
grand a month, and he wants more, and he probably will get it, because the way the math works out, it's going to look like she's had a pay increase, and she's going to have to pay it for this deadbeat. So, I mean, until we have a policy change, we're going to see more and more of this.
It's a shame. We are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment. Raquel.
Well, right now, you need to grab your Cosmo and your best girlfriend. Sex and the City is ready to celebrate its 20th anniversary. And in honor of this iconic show, E! is hosting a 3-day TV marathon. The Binge-a-thon kicks off June 8th and will feature every single episode. And I got a little pop quiz for all of you up there. Do you know how many seasons it was on air?
10? I'm guessing 10.
Oh, who said 6?
6, I did.
Okay, yes, Sam.
She had 2 guesses.
2 guesses.
Yeah.
It aired from 1998 to 2004. Do you know how many episodes?
How many? Okay.
36.
60.
72.
Oh, Sam again, it was 94. You're the closest.
How was that Sam?
She was the closest.
It's
She was the closest.
It's like the Price is Right.
Yeah.
Closest without going
Price is
over.
Right.
Yes.
Do I
I'll give
win
it to you.
anything?
I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
You get a fist bump.
Raquel's a little partial to
My-
Sam. I see how it is.
You win my support, Sam.
Thank you. Speaking of series, the high-flying reboot of Roseanne ended its season. 10.3 million viewers tuned in, but it was the lowest rated and least watched episode of the season. And in a departure for the series, last night's episode took a break from the laughs, and it was pretty serious. Still, some folks like Michelle are saying that the show tackled a huge list of topics in the reboot, from politics to the opioid epidemic, doing it all with a sense of humor. Do you think that viewers will continue to watch the show the next season?
I think they will.
Even though the ratings have plummeted?
Yeah, I think they will. I think they touch on taboo subjects that a lot of people don't want to look in the mirror and maybe think that they have or something. If they see it on a TV show and they put comedy or levity behind it, they might relate a little bit more and say, hey, you know what, I might have that problem. And I'm not saying people have this or that problem. They touch on everything, problems that people go through in America. So I think they're going to have success next season as well.
It's interesting. I just fear, considering that most of the time your season finale, that final episode, draws in a lot of viewers.
Right.
So it feels like, in my opinion, it's on a downward trajectory.
But they almost had nowhere to go but down. I mean, those ratings were unsustainable. Right. You know?
Because they started out so high. And I think that, they're saying they want to move from politics and move more towards family. And sometimes I think those two don't separate. So maybe we'll just see a little lighter version that's a little more palatable that people won't feel so controversial about.
Interesting. Only time will tell. Erica Cobb, what's coming up on Daily Blast Live?
Well, how does up to 87% off sound? Too good to be true? It's not. It's our DBL Deal Blast. Plus, a former Playboy bunny is all grown up and a great grandma now. She's showing us why you're never too old for a little sass and self-confidence. And you, the viewer, are our fifth host. One state is wanting to display the saying, "In God we trust," in every public school. Is this a good or bad idea? Your comments next.
All right, guys. 30 seconds to come back to fifth host.
I had a mint. I want to be minty fresh. I want to go to the host and ask if the one thing they would say to K-Fed, you guys are killing K-Fed. You're like, he's a joke. I came up with a great joke. JC, you might want to hear this. I am K-Fed up. K-Fed up. Elizabeth Wilson liked it, so that's all I needed. Thanks, Elizabeth. I love you. I'm going to go up to the host real quick. Ebony, you have one sentence to say to K-Fed. What do you say?
I think it's a great one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I also like silence. Just silence.
Okay.
Just a judgy stare.
Oh, thank you.
That was actually really cool. I like that. Samantha, you have one sentence to say to K-Fed. What would you say to him? A lot of people are writing in.
One sentence?
One sentence. You got him. He's right there. You're looking at him.
Stop mooching off your ex-wife.
It's a good one. I'm K-Fed up.
I think I may, yeah.
Ebony?
Waiting for that one.
I've already said it twice. Go ahead.
I think your name gives you a hint, so go ahead and get a part-time job at FedEx, K-Fed.
Oh, I like that, Albert. Your biggest diss to K-Fed. You have one sentence to say to him, and he's right there.
Be a man.
Oh, that is cool.
Got it. Yep.
God, when he says it like that,
Thank you.
that look, I want to be a better man, and I'm a woman. So that makes a lot of sense. Want to know what you guys think. This is somewhat relatable. Do you guys have people in your lives that are constantly mooching? And if you do have people that are constantly mooching, how do you get it to stop? At some point, Ebony's like raising her hand. What's a good way to stop the mooch? And we're not talking Scaramucci. We're talking about mooching.
Is not even talk about it, just let your actions show it.
So, meaning...
Let me tell you what I have.
Please.
I have a girlfriend that what happens is if we go out to eat and go out for drinks, what she does is...
The bathroom thing?
Nope. She'll order a drink, and everybody has appetizers, and she'll just pinch off everybody's food. You know what I mean? And so she's full by the time the tickets come. She's like, all I had was, and so I cough on my food now, so she can't pick up, and so she doesn't mooch anymore.
You know what? So what she's saying is don't say anything. Take some action. Cough on the food. K-Fed, we're coughing on you.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. North Carolina politicians want to hang posters that say, "In God we trust," at every public school in the state. A proposed bill would also require students to recite the Pledge of Allegiance every day. Supporters say highlights history, but opponents say it'll make some students uncomfortable. Sam Shocker has your comments in today's fifth host.
Wow, and our DBL Nation is fired up. Let's get right to your comments. Here is Austin in Topeka, Kansas, his DBL take.
I agree with the bill. I think that it's something that our kids need to learn in order to truly understand our history and what our country was founded on, and that motto is part of that. I don't think having it displayed is forcing them to believe in God in any way.
I just really appreciate what Austin had to say, but I will tell Austin this. 1943, West Virginia's Board of Education versus Barnett, this was the same thing. It was forcing kids to say the Pledge of Allegiance and punishing them if they do not. This is a violation of their First Amendment right. This case has already been settled. This is already a law. It's been a law for 80 years. So no matter how you feel, even if they tried to enact it, they'd be sued immediately by the ACLU.
I agree with you, but President Eisenhower in 1956 also made this our motto. We have it on our money, we have it on our bills, we have it on our coins, and that was all put into place to be our national motto. Just saying that is a...
But there is a freedom of religion as well.
I agree.
Kimberly on Facebook writes, "I don't think God belongs in schools. The only caveat to that is when you are in social studies class and learning about all the different kind of religions around the world." the first thing that came to mind when we started talking about this, or this story came about, is I think that this can be confusing for children in school because, like you said, we talk about God. I'm a God-fearing woman. It's in our Constitution. It's on our money. But then the children hear us talk about you should have a freedom of religion and not speak about it. I think it becomes very, very confusing. And if we're going to do anything, I think that a parent should have the right to decide. If we're going to take it out of schools, take it out totally, and let the parent decide on how they want to do religion with their kids at home.
And here's Dante on Facebook's DBL Take. They had prayer in schools up until the 1960s. Once they took prayer out of schools, crime rate and teenage pregnancies began to dramatically increase.
Actually, teenage pregnancies have dramatically decreased.
That's what I thought. Yes. All right. Well, I don't know if that's true,
it is
Dante.
True.
No, that statement. Okay. I don't know if if you could equate the two. For me, I believe in God. I don't like anything jammed down my throat, no matter what it is, no matter what you want to push. If it's your agenda, I don't want it down my throat. I do believe in what you said, though. It might be a motto as opposed to religion. So I think it's an American motto, but some people look at it as they're putting religion down your throat. And right. I see where the fight comes in.
And I'll just say this, just like when you get comments like when you take God out of school, crime starts to go up. Let's also remember facts like the fact that we shipped a ton of American jobs overseas, the crumbling of our auto industry that created a lot of unemployed people. That's usually where the crime comes from, not having God in school.
All right. Thanks for writing in. And if you want to chime in, send us your DBL Take on Facebook or Twitter. We are live. Brett Forrest with news at the moment.
If you're taking a vacation to Sin City this summer, the hospitality might be lacking. That's because the Las Vegas Culinary Union just voted to allow a strike on June 1st after their current hotel contracts end. That means 50,000 workers could walk off the job, including bartenders, housekeepers, servers, bellmen, and kitchen staff. This will affect most casinos on the Strip and downtown, like MGM Resorts, Caesars, and Tropicana.
So, Brett, should we cancel our Vegas vacations this summer?
I wouldn't do that just yet because this just means they have the opportunity to strike on June 1st, but they won't necessarily do it. They're still working to get the contracts in place by then.
And I hope they get what they deserve. I really do. Joanna Gaines may be expecting, but she isn't slowing down on designing. Nope. Tori Shulman has her latest project coming in hot.
Yeah, Sam, it's been 5 minutes and we haven't discussed Joanna Gaines, so I want to talk about it. Joanna Gaines is launching a new children's clothing line with Matilda Jane just in time for summer. Now, inspired by her days on the farm, this fixer-upper star says her vision was to create clothing for effortless, easygoing summer days. Playful, bright dresses, rompers, and patterned button-ups. There's something for everyone. The line expands to babies, tweens, and even adults. Now, Joanna's new line will be available June 1st at MatildaJaneClothing.com, and then she will take over the world.
Sam, I got a quick question. Yay, hey or nay?
Yay on Joanna Gaines, nay on those clothes.
Right. I feel like she's pimping people. Like she keeps coming out with different stuff and she knows her fans are going to buy it.
Erica, what's still ahead on Daily Blast Live?
Chrissy Teigen just gave birth and John Legend already wants to have another kid. How many kids does it take to feel like a family? And next, Al sounds off on the wackiest viral videos he can find. Don't go away if you need a laugh.
Guess what, DBL Nation? Even when you're done watching us on TV, you can catch all 3 hours on Facebook and YouTube. When you watch online, you get behind-the-scenes footage, and you get to see our hosts totally unfiltered, something you don't want to miss. Hi, guys. Speaking of unfiltered, look at us. Guys, this is Lex. I'm Tori. We are hosting your digital breaks. We have top trending topics. Let's get right to it.
So Complex Magazine is confirming that Post Malone is starting his own record label. Now, Post Malone, if you don't know who he is.
Let's just pretend I don't.
Post Malone. He is a popular rapper right now, known for his song Congratulations at the moment. He also collabs with a bunch of other
Can we go back to that?
Yes.
What is that?
I'm not sure. This
Okay.
is barbed wire. I did ask about it.
Okay. Maybe this is his head coming out of a horse's body?
Okay. Maybe.
Okay.
Bones of some sort.
Bones of something. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
So anyway, he's starting his own record label, and some people are saying that he might be a little too busy to do it. He's on tour right now with 21 Savage, another rapper. And
I'm so old.
And people think he might not have enough time to put into actually starting his own label. Most famously, Jay-Z has made the switch and also co-owns his label, so it could be a good place for him to make more money.
He doesn't seem the most welcoming. He does have a tattoo that says "Stay away" above his left eye. So I don't know if maybe that's like his shtick. But I mean, I don't know to approach or not. But Post Malone, do you guys like, dislike? Yeah. Let us know your thoughts on music. You like, Chris? I didn't know who that was. Am I so old? I also would like an update on SZA. Okay, we're moving on to Kelly Grega. It's just SZA, am I correct?
Yes.
I'm the whitest human being ever. All right, what's going on over here?
I have good news if you actually sleep in on the weekends. You know, a lot of people really feel guilty when they sleep in. They feel like they're not using their weekends enough. But this new study coming out of the Institute of Sleep says it's actually healthier and you live longer if you sleep in on weekends. So they find that people who sleep in are actually compensating for their tiredness and lack of sleep during weekdays. So actually giving yourself that break and extra moments in the long run is going to be a lot better for you.
Someone just gave me permission to nap. I love this. So guys, I was also reading about teenagers' brains, and they say when they wake up so early, they can have some problems because of their development. You get up early for school. You can lead to sort of a jet lag feeling, which can lead to mental health, which can lead to depression, which can lead to serious stuff. So if your teenager wants to also sleep in, let's not say get up and do stuff. Maybe Kelly's letting us know it's probably better to let them sleep in, catch up on some of those Z's, and then maybe they will listen to Post Malone, and you guys can listen to SZA together.
And they can research SZA just like yours.
Exactly. Let us know what you think.
Welcome back to DBL. Happy Hump Day, everybody. It's time now for Al Sounds Off. When comedian Al Jackson goes off on the wildest stories he could find.
Hey, Jeff, how you feeling?
You look sharp, buddy.
Oh, dude, you're killing it. I'm loving this. Well done, Hannah.
Yeah, way to go, Hannah. All right, let's get going here. Last night on Crisley Knows Best, the family tried to set Chase up on a date, so he decided it was time to introduce them to his girlfriend, of course.
Oh, that sounds
Destiny.
cute.
Let's check it out.
We met at a club.
Yeah, so Chasey came in one night and
Chasey.
and it just felt like I've known him forever.
How long have y'all been seeing each other?
Not too long, but we got really close really fast.
Yeah, I bet you did. Jeff, I can think of 2 reasons why he really likes her.
What would they be, Al?
Her eyes, they're beautiful.
They are,
Yeah.
they are.
And I believe it was the great poet T-Pain that sang the song.
I'm in love with a
stripper.
Oh.
All right. It's a great song, just not so great when you're singing it to your parents. Let's go to the next one.
Here we go. A soon-to-be grandfather is covered with excitement in this epic gender reveal.
Oh, what a great gender reveal. We'll all remember this day except for Grandpa. He has a concussion. How about you take some off the fastball, Mom? And how about somebody checks on Grandpa? He's still on the ground. I just hope that kid doesn't inherit his dad's hand-eye coordination. That was a pretty big whiff.
Yeah, you got to take a swing at that
That's
one.
right. Let's go to...
This wife borrowed her husband's truck to help a friend move and returned it with this sweet message on the back. Check this out.
Oh, Jeff, I'm really loving this. I mean, she's literally driving him crazy. How to keep your guy from cheating in one easy step.
There you go.
And just remember, you know, this is hilarious when it happens to another guy. All right.
All right, everybody, that's comedian Al Jackson. And that was Al Sounds Off. Good job, buddy. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, happy Stormy Daniels Day.
Yeah.
She's getting a huge honor and the keys to a city. We'll tell you which one. Stick around for that. And right after the break, it's our DBL Deal Blast products you love for a price you'll love even more.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
We're just discussing, if you guys don't know, there's a really, really cute video we're gonna get you. Lola Brown is a Scottish little girl, and she was very, very convinced that she was being invited to the royal wedding. When she found out it was the cute, I'm not invited to Meghan's wedding. I was so looking forward to it. And then cries. And then they ask you to be a real prince and princess to go to a royal wedding. And she's like, am I not a real princess? It was so cute. And then she thought the invitation might be coming later. And then her mom said you weren't invited, and just, it's like everyone's hopes and dreams are crushed. And finally, at the end, she's crying, and her mom's like, maybe it's because she doesn't know you. And she's like, that must be it. That's it. Yeah, Megan doesn't know me. So we're gonna try and find that for you. It's on my Instagram. I could use a few more followers. So I am Tori Schulman is my Instagram name. It's a great, great video. So I want to come on up here to the hosts. Tell me about one word for how you would describe your feelings. We're doing these one-word answers on Stormy Daniels. One word.
Creative.
Creative is a good one.
Disgusted.
Disgusting or disgusted?
It already happened. ED.
You're disgusted. All right, Samantha Harris. One word for what you would say and describe Stormy Daniels.
One word to describe.
We have creative and disgusted.
You talking about the key to the city?
Yeah, she's getting a key to the city for West Hollywood.
Are you telling that situation?
I don't know where my notes are.
Yes, she is getting the. We have it. We were
So wait,
That's what I thought you meant.
I'm sitting here like I'm taping on Instagram, but I'm not live. Okay, what? So the question is, what
one word to describe her?
Not classy.
There we go. You see?
That's 2 words.
It's time for the DBL Deal Blast. Yay! We can't get enough of these cool items and awesome deals from morningsave.com. First, the Silvercrest Fitness Tracker. They monitor your steps, distance, calories, and you can sync it to your smartphone and track it all. Retail price can be as much as $80, but thanks to our friends at morningsave.com, you can get a set of 2 for only 18 bucks. Next, our glam team is loving the Affinity Gold Blower Brush Hair Dryer and Styler. The brush dries, smooths, and styles your hair up to 80% faster than your normal routine. It also helps protect your hair from heat damage for frizz-free styles. I love it. And the retail price can be as high as $300, but it can be yours today for just 39 bucks. That's a huge steal. We tried it out and the results were absolutely seamless. It gives any hair a healthy and clean glow. And finally, the Wasp Cam Rocks waterproof Wi-Fi action camera. It shoots video in Ultra HD 4K resolution and takes high resolution photos. Plus, it has built-in Wi-Fi so you can easily upload videos and pictures to your phone or computer. The kit comes with 18 mounts and accessories, including a waterproof case. It can easily be as much as $130, but you can get it for only 49 bucks at morningsave.com. So DBL Nation, you can get any of these awesome deals and more at morningsave.com. I already know I bought a bunch of all my Christmas presents. Back to you guys.
So which product do you like? You like the flat iron?
It's a blow dryer with a brush that cuts down on the time.
I got confused.
But I'm so lazy, I tend to actually go shower at night and go to sleep with my hair wet, so I don't have to use a dryer at all.
Are you serious?
I do.
No, girl, I can't do this with this thing on here. But no, I may have to holler at that too, because that looks really, really convenient. Well, I'm just wondering how they're able to do it at these prices, but I guess we shouldn't ask.
When I have to blow dry my kids' hair, then, you know, 2 of them plus me, then, yeah, it'll be a very helpful tool.
Girls.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh, there we go. Emmy-winning award TV host Samantha Harris is joining the DBL panel next. You don't want to miss it, all about top trending stories. But here's what's coming up on DBL.
Adult film star Stormy Daniels is getting the key to the city. But what city is bestowing such an honor? Chrissy Teigen just gave birth, and John Legend already wants another. Does having more kids make it feel more like a family? And this sassy social media granny is proving you're never too old to show a little skin and live your best life. More DBL when we come back. Guys, so I want you guys to go to morningsave.com/dailyblastlive. If any of you have bought a product from there, let me know in the comments, because we're going to focus on you and have a picture of you with the product. Send it to info@dailyblastlive.com. It's going to be great. I got the hairdryer, so I'll send my picture in, because I always need to be on camera. Stormy Daniels is getting the key to the city of West Hollywood. If you guys are not aware of Los Angeles and California in general, that area is a very, very LGBTQ-friendly area. I lived there for 10 years in California. The cross streets, the crosswalks are painted in rainbow flags. A lot of gay bars, a lot of lesbian bars. It's just a really great, encompassing, inviting, open, tolerable area. She's getting a key to the city at Chi Chi LaRue, which is a great bar at 4 p.m. today, and they are naming it Stormy Daniels Day. And I know a lot of you are like, enough with Stormy Daniels. The reason that they are saying is she's a strong figure in the resistance movement against Trump. If you guys don't know, #resist is a strong movement with thousands of people going against sort of the Trump presidency, and they are seeing her as someone who is at the forefront of that. So what I want from you guys is, I know you're done with it. Tammy Gibson wrote done. What's one word to describe, and don't be rude, to describe your feelings on this Stormy Daniels story? We're about to go live with it. A lot of people are okay with it. Some people are not. Tammy Gibson's one word was done, because she's tired of it, which I love. Ebony said creative for her situation. Jeff, as you guys know, over it, so his word was disgusted. I just want to get a feeling for are you tired of it, or is there any reasonable way you can see her as a resistance leader? Let me know what you think. I'm just putting out the question there.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Let's give a warm welcome to Emmy-winning host Samantha Harris.
Yes. Hi, everybody. A warm welcome. It's such a warm welcome here, too. I have to tell you guys, I've been having such a good time. Every single person, I've worked with a lot of people over my career. Every single person, from those that you see on TV, but all the people behind the camera, are just really wonderful, warm, fun people. So it is a true warm welcome. So thank you.
Yes.
It's really good. It's a good place to be. So I'm happy to be here. Is what I'm saying.
And we got you for the rest of the week. So
yes,
stick with her.
And you saying I was your favorite host backstage. You didn't say that. I appreciate it, though.
That wasn't supposed to come out. It was between us. You know what I'm saying?
Al doesn't know how to keep a secret. All right, let's get right to it, because this is a serious story that is creating a lot of controversy online. Rapper T.I. is calling for a boycott of the restaurant chain Houston's after 3 African-American women say an off-duty cop assaulted them. Now, Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
That's right, Sam. The women, who are all actresses in Atlanta, say they were arrested for trying to use the bathroom. Take a look at this video.
To me. You all need to stop. You are assaulting an officer right now.
No, you need to get off of these women.
Right now. You are assaulting. Exactly.
I'm recording the whole thing. Why would you do that?
Get off of me.
Stop. I'm recording it. I'm recording it. Stop. I'm calling the police. Stop doing that. Why would you do that? I'm calling the police. You're not holding anybody. Come on.
Police say Brittany Lucio, Asia Epperson, and Erica Walker were in the bathroom after business hours and were repeatedly told to leave. Things became heated when a police officer who was working as a security officer that night tried to grab Lucio by the wrist. That's when they were arrested for criminal trespassing. Lucio was also charged with felony obstruction. An attorney for the women claims the restaurant was still open, and he is asking to have the charges dropped.
Now, Raquel, we know that a lot of this has to do with the police officer said they were in the bathroom. A, they weren't allowed to go into that bathroom because it was closed, but B, for a long time. Do we know how long that meant?
So I found some reports that were saying it was around 10 minutes total. Now, their lawyer also said that they were going to leave. They were getting ready to leave. They just had to finish washing their hands and taking care of things.
I don't know.
I would say, too, if you were a security guard, a restaurant manager, and someone, you went to the bathroom, knock, knock, knock. Hey, ladies, you okay in there? Okay, you're okay. I need you to come out. And you heard back from them, okay, we'll be right out. We're just washing our hands. And you heard the water and you could hear, the paper towel thing go down. That would have been okay. We could have waited. So it doesn't say there's a he said, she said.
It's very
confusion.
he said, she said. Some of the things that I had read, you have the police officer in the restaurant saying we were closed. These 3 women approached the premises. They said, may we use your facilities? They were told no, according to the restaurant. The women bypassed the management, went inside, still used that restroom, and then clearly would not leave the restroom. That's what the one side is saying, while the other side is saying we were allowed to use the restroom and we weren't finished with it yet.
And I actually know which Houston's that is in Atlanta. And the bathroom, I mean, I'm not going to say it's very small, but it has, I think, maybe 2 stalls in there. So I don't know if other people were in there. What's interesting is that it's a lot of, there's really no absolutes here, because their attorney is saying that the restaurant was clearly open and a lot of assumptions are being made. The optics look horrible, but I think until we get all of the information, and it's interesting that T.I. would step in as far as, supporting them in this.
Well, he had an issue with them before. with this specific Houston's.
Right, right. So I'm pretty sure this is the same one that I'm talking about, but I think we have to get more information.
Yeah, and
see.
T.I. has actually come forward saying that she disagrees with Tiny. T.I.'s wife has said, I disagree with T.I., and we all need to see
can I just say this? I know we have to keep it moving, but I've worked in the nightlife for 13, going on 14 years. Us sitting here in the afternoon and discussing what happens at 11 o'clock at night on a weekend, we all know that there can be things involved, and people do become more belligerent. I've seen this over the course of my career. I don't even think this has much to do with race at this point. This is just like, you cannot have somebody, it's like you're then endangering your employees. If you guys are closed and you have non-employees on the premises, you're now risking your business if they're doing something nefarious. So we need to make sure that we approach this from both sides and don't necessarily lump this in with the Starbucks and the grilling and the Yale student.
All right, we do have breaking news, I'm told. Okay. We have breaking news. Tori, come on over here. We have breaking news. Is it TV news?
It is TV news, guys. We have breaking news. We just found out that a major show is ending. The Chew is coming to an end, everyone. And it is because they're offering now a third hour of Good Morning America. So they're expanding Good Morning America, GMA, for 3 hours, getting rid of the Chew. So chew on that.
Thank you. Let me repeat this. Good Morning America is taking a page from our book, doing 3 hours of live TV when we've been doing this since
I was going to say the Today Show, but yes, DBL's page. I remember.
Mario Batali was on it too, right?
Yeah, Mario Batali was on the Chew, and I would imagine that has a lot to do with it.
Oh, I wonder how many commas that's going to be added to their paycheck.
Taken away from his, added to someone else's.
Yeah, give it. Yeah, keep it in the circulation.
All right, this story has us shook. Amazon is now banning customers who make too many returns. That could be one of you at home, DBL Nation. Some customers are getting notices that the online retailer is closing their accounts because they've shipped too many things back. So before we chime in, I know Samantha has something to say. What do you think, DBL Nation? How often do you return items on Amazon? Samantha, I heard you sigh. I heard you.
This is a very distressing thing to me because I live and die by Amazon because I do the subscribe and save. I probably have a box or 7 arriving at my house every. I do wish that they could maybe condense a little bit. Maybe let's save the planet. But that being said, maybe I should just not order as much. But that being said, the idea that too many returns could have you completely banned, like your account not only shut down, but you can't then open it under somebody else's name to be shipped to you if they find out. So, and I believe it's an algorithm that, and I think you can speak to this. You know a little bit more about the algorithm? Who was it?
It was Erica for the most part, but I kind of know what it is. But I don't know how you got it.
We had a morning meeting. We chatted a little bit about it. But I know enough. I just didn't want to step on your stuff. But no, so there's a computerized algorithm that basically kicks out banning a customer after too many returns. And
mostly clothes that people do.
No. Clothes, they actually have a great thing. I feel like I'm a spokesperson from Amazon. I have no connection to Amazon, except for that I live and die for them. But they have a thing where you can actually order clothes and try, I think it's at least 5 items of clothing or something,
and then send it back
to return. But for me, I'll buy things because A, just in terms of convenience, but also I might want to try a few different things. I'm not sure what's going to fit. Like I just ordered a laptop case. I didn't know which one was going to fit and which one I would like for traveling, so I ordered 2 and I'm returning 1.
Yeah, because that's what, when you're an online shopper, and that's what Amazon is, you can't taste and feel and try on their products. So you would imagine.
How do you try clothes on?
Like this.
I feel kind of duped. I feel like they made me do it. I'm like, okay, I'm finally doing Amazon. Then the price went up. Didn't it go up 19, 20 bucks this year? Prime. And I think that
it did.
Yes, it did.
I didn't notice that. They snuck that in on me.
Totally banned is kind of severe, don't you think?
I think so.
Yes, they do say, just for anyone who's worried like I am, they said if you do get banned, you should contact Amazon because hopefully they'll be able to rectify it if you are legit.
All right, we are live. Kelly Schuberth with news at the moment.
Listen up, parents. I have important news just in from the FDA. Health officials are putting out a warning about teething products for kids. It's because a lot of those products are made with the drug benzocaine. Officials say that drug is not safe for young kids because it can cause rare side effects that can be deadly. So the FDA is asking manufacturers to stop using the drug in such products. Sam?
Oh my gosh, this just makes my blood boil. Instead of worrying about money and getting your products out there so you can capitalize on moms like me who are new moms and are going to buy anything they can to help soothe their child, make sure that you do your due diligence and do proper testing so that kids don't die because a parent like myself is just trying to do something to soothe their kid. This is disgusting.
Agreed.
I would be out for blood if I lost my Sophie to some company or corporation because they didn't do proper testing on their products.
I'm just looking at the prefix on there, and if it's the same benzo as benzodiazepine, that's a very serious downer that's only given by a doctor. So if that's the same molecular the same molecular structure as a benzo, that's a really severe downer. Wow. It's very scary.
Okay, I gotta exhale on that one.
Yes.
All right.
Have some fun with Stormy.
Yeah, Stormy Daniels is next. Adult film star Stormy Daniels is getting the key to the city of West Hollywood. Today will officially be designated Stormy Daniels Day as she battles the president in a lawsuit to free her from her non-disclosure agreement. The city says Stormy has, quote, proven herself to be a profile in courage by speaking truth to power. Now, do you think that Stormy Daniels should have a day in West Hollywood? Is she a pillar of power and courage?
I think she's spoken out and she's spoken her truth. And I mean, so far, I mean, look, this started out with Avenatti and Cohen going at it. Have you seen Michael Cohen in the last month? I mean, it appears that Stormy Daniels was savvy enough to go out and get a lawyer better than our president. I mean, she deserves something. I mean, so far, her name isn't completely clear, but they haven't been able to trip her up on anything except maybe that sketch.
Do you think that having a day and giving her the key, though, do you think that hurts her case, or do you think it helps her as being seen as a symbol for courage?
I don't think that it is going to affect her case one way or the other.
Do you think people? You don't think people will see it as comical like Jeff did earlier?
Well, no, I think that there will be plenty of people who see it as comical. And like I said earlier, like I like the idea of seeing a bunch of drag queens dressed as Stormy Daniels because that's sort of a fun thing to be able to do. However, I think, look, she has brought to light so much about the president, and she has been very strong in how she is approaching this. But yes, she's a porn star. Do I approve of her and her choice in a career? No. But I do applaud her brave. I
approve of her being a porn star.
It's legal, and she's been very tenacious in her message, and that, I think, to me, I believe her. She doesn't look like a liar to me.
Yeah, I agree. And it's a live studio here.
Job
DBL.
That was our own Tori Shulman, by the way.
Yeah. All right, this is important, though. You do have a new book coming out, and I want our DBL viewers to hear about it because, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
What a great cover.
Huge.
Thank you. It's Your Healthiest Healthy, 8 easy ways to take control, help prevent and fight cancer, and live a longer, healthier, cleaner life. And for me, I was a breast cancer survivor, and I went out of my diagnosis being 40 and more fit and healthier than I had ever been at that point in time. Was blindsided with a cancer diagnosis, no genetic link, and I thought, how could this happen to me? And I really leaned into my journalism background, and I delved into research, speaking with experts, reading book after article after blog, to find out what I needed to do to change in my life. And what I came up with was, it is about what I put in, on, and around my body. That led to my cancer diagnosis.
Amen. Being your own advocate.
You have to take your own health into consideration. And this is actually the guide that my book is the guide that I wish someone had given me when I had been diagnosed, and hopefully it would have been given to me before I'd been diagnosed, because maybe I would never had cancer or any other chronic disease that's out there, from heart disease to type 2 diabetes. So my hope is that with this book, which is peppered with a lot of different stories from my life, but really it's an action plan, a comprehensive action plan for others to be able to take a hold of their own life and their own health and have incredible longevity, happiness, and energy, and be there for their family.
That is beautiful. And you're sitting next to a cancer survivor, too, right there.
Yeah. 11 years, bud.
I love hearing that. 11 years. I'm 4 years out, and I want to get there, and we both need to get well beyond that.
We keep uplifting each other and others. They can push through it.
Amen.
Thank you for bringing that. Thank you.
A candidate for governor is making history, and firefighters are celebrating fatherhood. Erica has more top trending stories.
A big congrats to the Glenpool Fire Department in Oklahoma. 7 of their firefighters are new dads. Here they are with their babies within just a few months of each other. They all had kids who now range from 2 months old to 15 months old. A kind stranger on a flight from Dallas to Tampa has social media buzzing. Wesley Thomas reports that when his 2-year-old niece started getting cranky, a man sitting nearby came over and offered the little girl a tablet to draw on. He said, "I have 4 daughters," and so he clearly understood. We love this. And Stacey Abrams has just made history in the Georgia gubernatorial race. She's the first female nominee for governor from either party. If she wins in November, she'll be the first black woman elected to governor in any state. That's right. We'll be keeping an eye on her this fall. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, a former Playboy bunny is proving that you're never too old to live life with confidence, grace, and a little sass. She's our DBL Spotlight. And don't go away, because when we come back, we break down the juiciest moments in reality TV. Reality Roundup is next.
All right, guys, we're going 2:30 to the back.
I know, me too. Hi, guys. So that was me spilling. I didn't do the second bang, but the first bang was tornado, so we all admit it. When I go and on the panel, I'm going to be tornado discussing Stormy. I think there's a weather pattern theme. Hello. Anywho, we got an awesome idea, guys. So we're going to be giving away something free. I love me some discounts. So this is a Faux Pro. It's an amazing portable camera called the Wasp Cam. It's waterproof. It's got a camera holder, USB cable, and you can take it. Look how much fun these kids are having. They're just filming themselves surfing at the beach and jumping up and down at the exact same time. I want to give this away. I don't want this anymore. This is actually what dropped, so I'm not giving this one away. But I do want to give this away. So what I'm asking for you is, if you went to morningsave.com/dailyblastlive, I would like you to post a picture with your product and send it to info@dailyblastlive.com, and you will receive one, not this one, a brand new Wasp Cam. You can attach it to your bike helmet. You can attach it to your dog collar. You can make great videos with your kids. You could literally use this in London. We use this all the time, going outside of the double-deckers, doing all that stuff. So it's a really great waterproof camera, and it's an amazing deal, but we're giving it to free to someone who goes to morningsave.com/dailyblastlive and finds one of the many items that are over 50% off and buys one, takes a shot of it, puts it to info@dailyblastlive.com. Just take a pic with your phone, and you get this brand new camera, not the one I dropped. A different one, okay? A different one. So if you guys have that, I'm so excited. I'm also going to be talking to Samantha Harris more about her book. Her book is called Your Healthiest Healthy, and Elizabeth Wilson already wrote in about, Elizabeth Gonzalez. She says, "Congrats on the book. I'll be ordering it. Such an inspiration. Breast cancer is very common in my family. It will be a guide for me and my children." I want to give away a book as well for Samantha, but it's to someone who's asking a question about the book. So 2 things. I'm giving away like Oprah. The camera to someone who takes a picture, sends it to me at info@dailyblastlive.com with their product, or a book, any question you have for Samantha Harris about her brand new book about healthy eating, Your Healthiest Healthy. So write me those questions, send me those pictures. I need some love because I'm spilling all over the place. Bye, guys.
I'll grab it up. Welcome back to DBL. It's time for Reality Roundup.
As I do this, my whole chair goes.
Let me help you out there. We're breaking down all the juiciest moments in reality TV. All right, if you think your house is so crazy, well, guess what? A new show on TLC might make you feel a little bit better.
Please.
Our Wildlife premiered last night, and it's all about a family who owns over 80 animals. That's 80. Everything from zebras to pigs to lemurs. Many of them live in their house. Check it out.
He's a little baby Eastern Grey kangaroo. I love his feet. I smell like Fritos. Skipper goes everywhere I go. Oops, accident on aisle 1. We're gonna get kicked out.
She's smelling her kangaroo's stinky feet, and I actually see nothing wrong with that. I smell my dog's feet.
I do too.
If you could really adopt animals and live like that in your house, would you do it?
Me?
Yes.
Girl, I would love if I had my own farm. If I had 80 animals in my home, I would be very happy.
So I sent her a listing for a house that was a certified wildlife sanctuary.
No way. I love the little guy.
Did you see
the turtles?
Oh, lemurs. or
My kids would be so happy. They love animals so much. If I came home and said, guess what, we're moving to a farm with all these animals, they'd be in.
How much food do you have to feed all those animals, though?
A lot.
Yeah.
I would imagine a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as those animals are taken care of.
I don't know how smelly it is there, though.
Might be pretty stinky.
Pretty stinky.
Yep. All right. Up next, the crew from Below Deck Mediterranean has seen its fair share of dangerous waters, so to speak, but they are up against the odds with a very high maintenance group of charter guests. Things go awry when one of the guests gets caught lying about her dining habits.
That's what you know with no. You only decide. They don't love the shellfish, crab legs. Loves the shrimp cocktail.
You wrote this, remember? Or did your secretary do it?
Ouch. I mean, as a former server, I know you were a former server, I can't with this.
The people who run you around the most and act like all highfalutin are never the ones who can actually back it up with the tip.
Really? You want 3 more ice cubes? That's what you want, 3 more ice cubes? Okay.
And then you get a 10% tip.
Right.
Hey, if you give me a big
people don't
tip,
really give a 10%. I mean, unless you are a really horrid
I've been given 0 tip, and I'm a damn good server.
Yeah. Oh, that's evil.
Yes. You're still upset about that, too, aren't you, Sam?
Oh, you know it, Ebony.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Well, this brings us to Ebony Steele's Shade of the Day.
Girl, bye. All right, look, lady, have several seats. You're way too serious about what you want to eat. First of all, let's address those glasses. Rice cakes on your eyes? Okay, you get no passes. You've been running people around for quite a while. I'd blow you off and give you a Coke with this shady smile. I get it. You're on vacay and you're trying to be fly, but if you change your order on me, girl, you'll get my famous girl bye.
Oh! There you go. She give you a girl bye.
Yes.
What was that smile?
It's a family face. Me and my sister and like 3 of my aunts can do it.
If you see it, it's not a good thing, right?
Can't do that.
No. We just do it amongst each other. Right.
We are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment. Raquel.
I love it. Danica Patrick is about to make history. She's going to be the first woman ever to host the ESPY Awards. The racing legend posted an official announcement this morning on Instagram. Past hosts for the ESPY Awards include Peyton Manning and John Cena. She'll take the stage July 18th. But first, Danica has big plans for this weekend. She's hoping to make history with her final race at the Indy 500.
Get it, Danica. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, an interview with the most confident and social media savvy great-grandmother around. You do not want to miss it.
CHAH, who I love, said that they got the order the Fit Bands. Will take a pic when I receive them. Remember, if you order from morningsave.com/dailyblastlive, you can get a free wasp cam. So send me a picture at info@dailyblastlive.com with your order. I also want to talk to Samantha about your book. This is the camera. We are asking people for questions, and Tammy Gibson just wrote in. By the way, Elizabeth Gonzalez will be getting it. Breast cancer is very common, and you're such an inspiration. It will be a guide for her and her children. Speaking of children, Tammy Gibson, Samantha, are your girls eating healthy too? Do you watch what they eat?
Oh, 100%. I think the biggest eye-opening thing for me and the biggest change has been really changing everything for my kids. I mean, look, I used to, even forget food, talk about even sunscreen as we're heading into summer. I used to go to the corner drugstore and buy the biggest bottle of the cheapest thing I could find of SPF, like 70, because I wanted high SPF.
And you think you're doing the right thing.
You're doing the right thing, completely. Right. And I actually had a really good friend from oh, we gotta hurry this up, but anyway, who would always send her kids with a Ziploc bag with this other kind of sunscreen. What I've realized is that your kids need to have, and a mineral-based sunscreen. There are so many chemicals, actually 2 of which are in many sunscreens, were just banned by legislature in Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
So that's somewhere you could say, yes.
So little bits like this.
Food as well. I'm trying to get them more plant-based.
Are they picky eaters? Do they enjoy it?
They are. That's been the most challenging part. I used to eat a ton of protein that was animal-based, and I'm now down to maybe 1 or 2 land animal-based meals a week, if that. Wow. I do eat a little bit of fish still, and I'm trying to even limit that. For my kids, it's a lot harder. It really is.
Because they want that protein.
Right, and they want all the pizza. Like, I've even changed over to, they do eat whole wheat crust for the pizza, but they still have regular dairy milk cheese. I've transferred over to a vegan cheese most of the time.
Would you give them the opportunity, let's say they grow up and they don't want to be vegan and they don't necessarily want to eat well.
But it's not vegan, I want to say,
right,
I'm not
that's
going
true.
vegan.
Would you be disappointed?
You know what? I want them to be healthy, and I want them to live a long life. I lost my dad at 50 to colon cancer, and by changing the way we're eating can hopefully save them from having these chronic diseases and have. You want to grow old, but you also want to grow old with good health and physical ability and
exactly.
energy.
You talked
so
about energy.
I have so much more to talk about with this.
I can't wait. So guys, make sure to write in questions. We're getting a free book to you with the best question.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today, we're shining the DBL spotlight on aging with confidence. Earlier, I spoke with a former Playboy bunny whose modeling career is not slowing down. Trust me, take a look.
Dory Jacobson isn't your average lingerie model or Instagram sensation. This 83-year-old former Playboy bunny and now beauty blogger is breaking all the rules about what we think about age. Sexy lingerie is a staple for this great-grandmother with 30,000 Instagram followers. Her message? Dress for your body, not your age.
Dory Jacobson joins us now. Dory, what made you decide to not let age hold you back and pose in lingerie and these beautiful undergarments?
I do have this blog, Senior Style Bible, and the whole idea of it is to help women realize that age is nothing more than a number. Just because you reach the point where you qualify for a senior citizen discount didn't mean it was all downhill from there.
But what has the overall response been?
It's been fantastic. It has inspired women to realize that maybe it isn't that terrible to grow older, and the perception of aging has to change. Because we're not like our grandmothers.
Right.
They were old at 50, and we are not.
What do you say to any of the haters out there that may say things?
The idea of getting back into the lingerie was to promote body positivity and show that you didn't have to have that 20-year-old body in order to still be an attractive woman, that we can embrace our imperfections.
So what's your best advice for women who want to stay sexy as they age?
Well, you know, I think everyone has a choice. You can age in whatever manner you wish. I, for one, will take advantage of everything that's out there for me. And no one should be able to tell you how you should be aging. It's your choice.
We thank you so much for joining us. And for more info about Dory, go to her Instagram page at Senior Style Bible. Thank you so much for being with us on Daily Blast Live, Dory.
Thank you so much.
Incredible. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Rolling in with questions. Again, we're giving away Samantha's book to someone who has the best question, but all questions are good. So keep writing in. Samantha.
And just so you know, too, in case you guys missed it, the book isn't available until September 18th. However, pre-orders are available already on Amazon, IndieBound, and Barnes & Noble's
Barnes
website,
& Noble, so make sure you get that. Samantha, what are the top 2 or 3 things? This is Tara. Hi, Tara.
Hi, Tara.
We love Tara.
Thank you for your question.
2 or 3 things that had the biggest impact on your health.
The 2 or 3, adding veggies to every meal, covering at least half of my plate. So that might mean a morning smoothie where I load it with kale and spinach, as well as flaxseed and chia seeds and lots of other things you can check out. I think I have the recipe for my smoothie on my Instagram.
Very nice.
So definitely that has made a huge difference, and really weaning myself from so many animal proteins.
I was gonna say the meat.
I don't feel as bloated. I mean, look, I used to pride myself on eating and consuming as much animal protein as possible because I thought I needed that to look cut and athletic.
And that was the Atkins sort of, the non-carb all meat was a big thing back then, like in the past.
For sure.
So we've evolved to realize maybe that isn't the best.
Well, and I grew up in Minnesota, literally. I mean, if you watched the show yesterday, I think I even said, like, I ate every part of a cow from tongue to anything.
Midwest,
everything.
they love the meats.
I did.
That's amazing.
And if you are going to do any sort of red meat, please make sure it is grass-fed, pasture-raised. That is ideal. If you're going to eat poultry, make sure it is organic, and if it can be pasture-raised as well, because I know sometimes it's really hard to wean yourself. Small steps, baby steps.
Baby steps, that's great. Ethan Helhowski, how does she deal with cheating and the habit of breaking resolutions we make for ourselves? Ethan, this is my question too. I cheat every single day, so what would you do?
Well, and I think, I guess I cheat too because I eat chocolate every day, but dark chocolate. Bye.
We'll do it.
3, 2.
Do we have the comments?
No, we don't.
We're just going to talk.
We're just going to talk about general topics.
We only have 10 seconds.
Oh,
I wish we had more time, but the stories never stop. We don't either. We're live on YouTube and Facebook.
Hi guys, so I want to go back. I know I'm like your fairy godmother of retail today, but guess what? I am feeling like I'm giving away some free stuff today. So here we go, tornadoes struck again. Jason, thank you. Here we go. This is the Wasp Cam, and it is waterproof, and it can go in the back of your helmets, and I'm giving it away to anyone that can take a picture with their product that they ordered from morningsave.com/dailyblastlive. CHAH already said he's taking a picture with his fitness bands that he just got. So send them into info@dailyblastlive.com, just like this, or like this, and I will be able to give this to you for your vacations. Yeah, someone used the copper pot. I also want to see if anyone's using that hair styler. Sam and I both bought the hair styler. Water would be great. I can hear you, so make sure you get this. Jason's going to tell you some more. Yep.
It's also a 4K action camera, so not only will you be able to get the action, but it'll be in such crystal clear picture that when you show it to your friends, they'll be like, whoa, I thought I was mountain biking. How was that? Did I sell it, guys? Seriously, though, we want to know. I'm really curious about the toothbrush from last week, the copper pots. We want to see it in action. If you guys used it as a deep fryer, it was a 6-in-1 pot, so there's at least 4 or 5 videos right there just using it in different ways. So send us a video, and one of you will win this, the Pro camera. All right? Stay with us, guys. We'll be back soon.
Today on Daily Blast Live, you're out of there. Parents evict their adult son, but there are 2 sides to every story.
There's these people who are considering that I just want to stay here forever. I just don't want to pay rent. No, I don't like living here.
Joanna Gaines launches a brand new business venture, which got us asking, what can't she do? And it's our DBL Deal Blast. Great gift ideas for everyone in your family at rock bottom prices. Daily Blast Live starts right now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We're almost to the weekend. Some might call it hump day.
Yeah,
almost there.
Positive thinking.
Positive
Mr.
thinking.
Positive.
And we don't want to forget Emmy Award-winning TV host Samantha Harris is in the Daily Blast studio live. She's with us all week long.
Yes, indeedy. I'm glad to be here.
We love having an Emmy Award-winning anything in here. So.
I'll bring my Emmy next time.
Absolutely.
It's so fancy.
Could you? We'll put it right in the middle there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
All right.
I have a feeling, though, this show is really so fun to watch, which I was watching over the last many weeks in preparation. And I could see an Emmy in DBL's future.
Yeah!
All right, guys, that does it for us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Just saying.
We're just going to note this date.
We are live right now, guys, for Calvina Wava does have news at the moment.
Well, just announced daytime cooking show The Chew is coming to an end. ABC made the announcement today, saying the show got the axe in order to make room for an extra hour of Good Morning America. The Chew aired for 7th season, and this also comes just a few months after co-host and celebrity chef Mario Batali was let go after sexual harassment allegations came to light.
Wow. When will the last show be, Raquel?
So they plan to air it till the end of production, which will be in September. And I also tried to see who would air in that 3rd hour of Good Morning America, but they haven't released that yet.
And I do have some information. That 3rd hour is going to be in the afternoon, so it's not going to be like 3-hour blocks of GMA. It's going to have a separation, so you're going to get Good Morning America in the afternoon, which they did try in 2007, but they're trying this back again. So they're kind of stealing from us is what's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm interested, too, to see what that would look like, because in terms of the host, obviously we don't know who those hosts will be for the GMA 3rd hour in the afternoon, but they start their day very, very early in the morning. So I would think that they'd have to have new hosts for that.
I think that the same host could do it. We do it every day. In fact, we also do it in the summer.
There you go. And we do it a half hour longer. Yeah. All right, we got them all there. We're hearing more right now from a 30-year-old man named Michael Rotondo. He was evicted from his parents' house after 8 years of rent-free living by a judge in New York. Michael's parents brought the case forward after he ignored 5 eviction letters, some with money offers. Now Michael's speaking out on GMA. Watch.
After you lose your son, and then shortly afterwards, it's like, hey, I lost your son, and get out of the house. I was devastated when I lost my son. There's these people who are considering that I just want to stay here forever. I just don't want to pay rent. No, I don't like living here.
And Michael lost his son in a custody battle, which we'll get to. I think it goes hand in hand, by the way, which led to the strained relationship with his parents. Knowing this, does it change your opinion of him? And I wanted to jump right in before finishing that. It goes hand in hand.
Right.
Him not having full custody of his son goes hand in hand with him living with his parents and not having a job.
Right.
Am I right?
And notice when he says, I lost my son, it makes you think immediately his son is passed. And you're worried. The way he phrases things is very manipulative.
And like the walls are caving in. I lost my house and I lost custody. They're together.
Right. Well, and you would think you would say I lost custody.
Not I lost my son.
Because that is a very different connotation. Yeah. Look, these parents clearly have issue with their son on many levels. I don't know whether or not there's any sort of mental disability or something that is keeping him in the house and not quite understanding that it is time to go. And of course, it's easy for us all to sit here and judge. But here's a guy who clearly wants to have his son back, and we don't know all the fine points.
Why doesn't he have a job when his parents offer him $1,100?
Yeah, Erica might have an answer. And here's the thing. So I would agree with you, other than the fact that there is a very well-documented, well-documented course of actions that this man has taken. He has been in the home for 8 years. He worked for Best Buy. That was his job. Because the schedule wasn't conducive to his child custody arrangement, which can obviously be changed, or your scheduling, he is suing for discrimination. I don't know what the discrimination would be. He's suing Best Buy for $340,000.
Yeah, this is what he does.
So as opposed to taking responsibility for his own actions and the reason why he's in this predicament, he chooses to lash out and force other people to pay.
He works very hard at not working.
Amen.
He sure does. Happening right now, Kevin Federline is demanding more money. Wow, that was a great transition.
Yeah, that works.
From his ex, Britney Spears, of course, he wants a judge to increase his $20,000 a month child support payment. Britney and Kevin have 2 sons together, and sources close to Britney say K-Fed is using the money to support himself, his wife, and 3 other additional kids. That's according to TMZ. But Britney makes about $34 million a year, while K-Fed makes around $3 grand a month.
And she's earned it.
And just to correct it, he has 6 children altogether. He has the 2 with Shar Jackson, the 2 with Britney, and then the 2 with his wife, Victoria. So there are 6 kids. If you can't afford to have babies, maybe you should stop procreating. Because Britney Spears is not responsible for all of your children, and every time you decide to get someone pregnant, everyone seems to be on the Britney train. Like, is that the gravy train? Can I get on?
Ladies, be kind. Is this a double standard because the woman is now paying out the child support?
No, because if a woman was asking for the same amount... If a woman was asking for that for kids that wasn't paternal to the other person, we'd have the same argument. That's just an absurd argument. Yes. I think K-Fed should be living with this gentleman and they should be in a basement together somehow.
And can we highlight the fact that he is getting $20,000 a month? So I can understand if maybe he had to pay for private school and split that with Britney, because I would say LA private schools are anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 on up a year, but this is $20,000 a month. So I think he's just wanting to live in his special little life of that he thinks he should be accustomed to and has earned by the fact that he had children with this woman. But that's not the case at all.
Okay, well, on Ranker.com, Charlie Sheen pays $110,000 a month in child support.
But is that for his children? So Britney shouldn't be paying child support for children that aren't coming from Britney Spears.
Well, you ruined my whole point there.
No, but I do think you're right, and I think that changes have been made. I remember, you probably do too, a very public case in Chicago with an athlete who was a very famous athlete, got a woman pregnant. She was asking for tens of thousands of dollars a month, and she actually only ended up with a few $1,000s a month, much like any other person who would have a 9-to-5 based on the child or the life of, or what the child should be expecting.
And this is based on child support.
Right.
So Brendan Fraser, $75,000 a month. Sean Combs, $55,000 a month. Nas, 51. You get my point here.
Okay, so he's feeling a little left out. Federline's saying, hey, everybody else in my position gets a lot more. I need the money too.
I'm fed up with this story.
Hey, that's a good one. There you go.
Thank you.
I like it. The high-flying reboot of Roseanne ended its season. 10.3 million viewers tuned in, but it was the lowest rated and least watched episode of the entire season. And in a departure for the series, last night's episode took a break from the laughs, and it was pretty serious. Still, some folks like Michelle are saying that the show tackled a lot of huge lists of topics, like from the reboot, politics, the opiate addiction, and, you know, doing it all with a sense of humor. But my thing is, they started off so high, they had nowhere else to go. I think the show is still a success. I think they're touching on these taboo issues that we're talking about. But I still think it's a success. I know next season they said they're not going to talk about politics as much. I still think it's going to be a success.
It's not easy to have a reboot of this situation. She's not a well-loved person. She's very politically divisive. So to have that amount, 10.3 is still not bad.
Right, but compared to the 30+ million.
Right, you're never going to stay that way. But I will say that Roseanne, as a stand-up comic, has always hit on hard topics, bisexuality. In the original Roseanne, they've always gone there, and they've gone a little farther than most other sitcoms. And I appreciate that because it gives people something to talk about at the family dinner table.
And also, there's Roseanne has said that one of her producers, original producers, admitted that she said to him, we need this show to be brave. This show needs to basically, and I'm paraphrasing here, but needs to take on issues in a way that no one else would, that everyone else is afraid or very afraid to address. And they do that. And I think that, yes, some writers who I know who are on the show were getting death threats because of some of the political humor in the show and the staunch stance that they were taking. That is the bravery, and I think probably Roseanne likes that. Now, at the same time, they are allegedly going to be kind of taking a left turn and going away from that, but they're still going to talk about hot button issues. I mean, the finale last night was so much about healthcare and opening the healthcare debate as well. So we'll see, of course, what happens when they come back for a full 13-episode run this fall.
I hope they don't stray too far from the politicalness, because I think that is helping.
Right. Archie Bunker is back in Roseanne.
There you go.
All right. Sam Shocker, what's coming up on Daily Blast Live?
How does up to 87% off sound? Too good to be true? Well, it's not. It's our DBL Deal Blast. Plus, a former Playboy bunny is all grown up and a great grandma now. She's showing us why you're never too old for a little sass and self-confidence. And you, the viewer, are the fifth host. One state is wanting to display the saying, "In God We Trust," in every public school. Is this a good or bad idea? Your comments coming up next.
We have questions here. Samantha Harris has a book coming out in September. Samantha, Your Healthiest Healthy, am I right?
Your Healthiest Healthy.
And it's all about her guide to figuring out what she wants to put in her body, what is good for her. Samantha, we got to in and on and around. So all of that, we got a question for you about chocolate before, and people have been really wanting to get your answer. You were saying that dark chocolate was great. People want to know what kind of dark chocolate.
And I'm so glad that they asked that too, because it's really specific. It needs to be at least 70% cacao or more. So when you go to your movie theater and you're like, oh, I'm going to pick up the dark chocolate covered
do what I'm supposed to.
Right. That doesn't count. That doesn't count at all. And you want it obviously to be pure. The most important lesson that I think I've learned from what I'm eating and putting in my body to the products I'm putting on my body and cleaning with around my home is to read ingredients labels and to make sure that something that marketing is quite impressive and something might be slathered with healthy,
low fat,
heart association approved. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't actually mean it is healthy for you. It may say whole grain or made with grains, and then you go back and you look at the first ingredient and it's white flour or sugar. The easiest thing that you can do, because really it's about small steps. You can't do this overnight. You have to take small steps because this is for longevity in life. And I'll say this last thing because I know we want to.
No, that's
which is in terms of just food. I call it the pantry purge. Read the ingredients like this. Anything when you turn around says high fructose corn syrup, so easy, just chuck it. And that's hiding and lurking in your ketchup and your syrup and your tomato sauce. No place that you would think would have a sugar additive. So
you dealt with this. There was a breast cancer diagnosis for you, correct?
Yes.
Speak about that. Ethan wants to know how you stay so positive.
And that's something else in Your Healthiest Healthy that we address because it is so important. You know, when I was diagnosed, I was so blindsided and knocked down that I felt for the first time in my life this happy-go-lucky person that I was full of anxiety, and it was an awful feeling, and I literally made a conscious decision to turn around my perspective and take everything that came next with a positive attitude. So, yes, I have cancer, but you know what? I'm here, and I'll tell you more later.
We're glad you're here. We're glad you're here.
So you want to...
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. North Carolina politicians want to hang posters that say, "In God We Trust," at every public school in that state. A proposed bill would also require students to recite the Pledge of Allegiance every day. Supporters say it highlights history, but opponents say it'll make some students uncomfortable. Jeff Schroeder has your comments in today's Fifth Host.
Thank you so much, Sam. Let's get straight to your comments. Here's Austin in Topeka, Kansas's DBL take.
I agree with the bill. I think that it's something that our kids need to learn in order to truly understand our history and what our country was founded on, and that motto is part of that. I don't think having it displayed is forcing them to believe in God in any way.
Before we start, Austin, I just want to say thank you for sending in that video. I think that's awesome.
It's great. It's a DBL take. Go to info@dailyblastlive.com. Send in a video. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Austin, I appreciate you sending that in. I just happen to disagree. I really believe in the separation of church and state as a fundamental American right. The Founding Fathers left England for that reason. And even if it's just a poster, it's a slippery slope to something that I don't agree with.
Yep. And Denise on Facebook says the lessons of God should be learned in the home. Our kids have enough to learn with lessons. Let the parents do this job. And, you know, one thing we could do, instead of "In God We Trust," let's go back to the original, which was that Congress passed in 1782, which was E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. And I think that's so wonderful, and that is the idea, that we are so many from so many different areas. Let's come together as one nation. So that's what I have to say.
That's good.
Brian writes, I don't think nothing is wrong with "In God We Trust" posters. I believe that we should be able to talk about God in school. I agree and I disagree, because I did go to a private Catholic university, so of course we had theology and Catholicism classes. So obviously in that respect, of course we're going to have God in schools. I think it's the fact that they're politicians, separation of church and state, as well as public schools, and that's the issue. Because when it really comes down to it, we ignore a lot of God. In God We Trust. No one's denying dollars, you know, and it's on the dollar bills.
We don't have a choice.
Exactly.
Well, until they start going back to the original.
Yeah, and a lot of people are writing in, and I asked this on the pre-show, and I got a lot of comments that it's just a poster. It's not going to do anything. The idea of just a poster, and someone written in, "I'm a lesbian," that makes me feel threatened every day walking past that poster. Think about the kids who haven't come out, or are atheists, or are questioning it. Every time they pass it, they're forced to think about it. I'm not saying don't do it in the home, but don't put it in our state public schools.
All right. Thank you again, guys, for writing in. And like Tori said, if you want to chime in, send us your DBL take on Facebook or Twitter. Right now, we are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
Well, just announced, Julia Louis-Dreyfus has a new award to add to her mantle. She's going to be honored at the Kennedy Center with the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. Julia's already made history by taking home 6 consecutive Emmys for Best Actress in a Comedy. Right now, she's recovering from her fight with breast cancer, but she says she's insanely excited for the ceremony on October 21st.
I wish her really good health. I really do.
Everybody here, there's no one that dislikes JLD. Amazing.
Do you know her? Did you ever interview her?
She was in the same sorority I was, but many years ahead of me. So we used to walk past the sorority wall at Northwestern Delta Gamma and see her picture on the wall. But I've interviewed her, but I don't know her. So who have been some of the people who have won this award in the past?
Oh, actually, it's kind of comedy royalty. It's Carol Burnett, Whoopi Goldberg, David Letterman, Tina Fey, a whole list of them.
All right. Thank you, Raquel. Joanna Gaines may be expecting, but she isn't slowing down on design. Ebony Steele has her latest project coming in hot.
Right, Jeff? Joanna Gaines is launching a new children's clothing line with Matilda Jane just in time for the summer. Inspired by her days on the farm, the fixer-upper star says her vision was to create clothing for effortless, easygoing summer days. From bright dresses, playful rompers, and patterned button-ups, there's something for everybody. The line expands to babies, tweens, and even adults. Joanna's new line will be available June 1st at MatildaJaneClothing.com.
I feel like she's so overexposed. Slow down.
And it's hard when you're hot, you gotta capitalize.
Yeah.
I know, but the rest
then you're not.
I guess.
I hope someone calls me overexposed while I'm cashing checks.
Exactly.
All right, coming up on Daily Blast Live, calling all you Sex and the City fans. You know who you are. Grab your Cosmos, because we've got the deets on a marathon.
Ooh.
You don't say. And next, Al sounds off on the wackiest viral videos he could find. Don't go away if you need a laugh.
Guess what, DBL Nation? Even when you're done watching us on TV, you can catch all 3 hours on Facebook and YouTube. When you watch online, you get behind-the-scenes footage, and you get to see our hosts totally unfiltered, something you don't want to miss. What's up, guys? I just transferred from the desk to Lex. Very loving Lex. Lex is going to tell you some trending topics. What's going on, Lex?
Yep, right now on Garage.com. So Long, Not Good Night, My Chemical Romance goes to Broadway.
Whoa!
Yep. They're getting their own show, and guess who is in it?
Who?
Kristen Chenoweth. One.
Wicked.
And Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, my Lord!
But they're not the leads. They're not the
Wait,
leads.
what?
Yep. They don't want to be the leads of the show because they don't want to steal away the show, but they will be involved, and I think that's amazing. I saw Green Day on Broadway, East Coast.
What up, Jersey? What up?
And it was fabulous. The show is said to go in backwards chronological order,
That's
so
cool.
it'll start at the end of their career in 2013, all the way to the beginning in about 2001. So
That's amazing.
That's like the height of my childhood right there. I graduated in 2013 from high school. So
did you all just throw up a little bit? Because I threw up a little bit just hearing that.
Yep.
Just so you guys know. Yeah, so Chris is very excited, our camera guy. Shake that camera.
Yeah,
here's the
it's gonna be
deal.
great.
My Chemical Romance, again,
Huge.
Tori, not great with music, is an emo band. Am I
Yes,
right? Okay,
yes,
so
very
we've
dark.
seen- I'm sorry, I'm just finding out.
It's very dark.
It's a dark emo band, kind of.
They do Teenager. Oh my God, My Chemical Romance.
People are loving this news.
Oh yeah.
So if you guys are excited, I like
I
the
would seriously go see it.
All right,
Yes.
well, this has been a trend. You've seen Billy Joel, you've seen ABBA,
Yep.
a lot of bands
Jersey
making
Boys.
Jersey Boys, so let me know if you're
I'm
into
surprised
it.
by this
You
one.
want to do
but
one
yeah.
time?
See it. No.
Okay, let's.
I've got other songs.
All right, we are going to Kelly Gregg. What's going on, Kelly?
Well, in the last show we talked about how sleeping is good for your health. Now they're saying that eating with friends is good for your health. So they've kind of tracked people, you know, loneliness studies and all of these things. And they say that people who regularly eat by themselves are at a much higher level of depression than those who eat with others. Now, this actually really points out friends because they note that family can be stressful
Yeah.
to eat
Oh,
with.
yeah.
So they say that friends are really what you should aim for relaxing and enjoying meals.
You know, it's funny because at Michigan, and I've been very open about this. I went to University of Michigan, and I just never found a group of friends. And I know that's weird because I could be friends with this tissue, but hey, what's going on? You want to eat later on? No, but I ate alone a lot, and the memories I have, I had clinical depression. The memories I have that are the saddest are of eating alone, and I remember it's because I'm such a extrovert, and I love talking, that eating alone represented a microcosm of sort of my whole life.
Yeah.
Welcome back to DBL. Happy Hump Day, everybody. It's time now for Al Sounds Off. When comedian Al Jackson goes off on the wildest stories he could find.
Hey, Jeff, how you feeling?
You look sharp, buddy.
Oh, dude, you're killing it. I'm loving this. Well done, Hannah.
Yeah, way to go, Hannah. All right, let's get going here. Last night on Crisley Knows Best, the family tried to set Chase up on a date, so he decided it was time to introduce them to his girlfriend, of course.
Oh, that sounds
Destiny.
cute.
Let's check it out.
We met at a club.
Yeah, so Chasey came in one night and
Chasey.
and it just felt like I've known him forever.
How long have y'all been seeing each other?
Not too long, but we got really close really fast.
Yeah, I bet you did. Jeff, I can think of 2 reasons why he really likes her.
What would they be, Al?
Her eyes, they're beautiful.
They are,
Yeah.
they are.
And I believe it was the great poet T-Pain that sang the song.
I'm in love with a
stripper. Oh. All right. It's a great song, just not so great when you're singing it to your parents. Let's go to the next one.
Here we go. A soon-to-be grandfather is covered with excitement in this epic gender reveal.
Oh, what a great gender reveal. We'll all remember this day except for Grandpa. He has a concussion. How about you take some off the fastball, Mom? And how about somebody checks on Grandpa? He's still on the ground. I just hope that kid doesn't inherit his dad's hand-eye coordination. That was a pretty big whiff.
Yeah, you got to take a swing at that.
That's
one.
right. Let's go to
this wife borrowed her husband's truck to help a friend move and returned it with this sweet message on the back. Check this out.
Oh, Jeff, I'm really loving this. I mean, she's literally driving him crazy. How to keep your guy from cheating in one easy step.
There you go.
And just remember, you know, this is hilarious when it happens to another guy. All right.
All right, everybody, that's comedian Al Jackson. And that was Al Sounds Off. Good job, buddy. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, happy Stormy Daniels Day.
Yeah.
She's getting a huge honor and the keys to a city. We'll tell you which one. Stick around for that. And right after the break, it's our DBL Deal Blast products you love for a price you'll love even more.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by this.
Oh, are we? Hi! So everyone's so excited about the My Chemical Romance. I am way off. Did you like My Chemical Romance? Dre? So I think that's a strong yes. It's an emo band and they're going to Broadway. Anyone in My Chemical Romance?
What?
See, that's what everyone here loves.
The band?
Yes.
What are they doing?
They're doing a backwards chronologically ordered story of their band. Remember, we've seen ABBA do this, Billy Joel do this, Green Day do
you know what?
this.
I have to say now there have been so many. I am actually going to see the Gloria Estefan on Your Feet, and I am excited for that.
But it's whoever's childhood is it, like
Beautiful with Carole King. It was a good show. There's a
Billy Joel's was amazing, but like Chris Diamond's age. How old are you, Chris?
I'm 23.
So 23-year-olds who grew up with My Chemical
Favorite
Romance.
band of all time.
Favorite. So that's what they want to go see. So I was thinking it was some kind of laboratory story about love, and it's not. It's called My Chemical Romance. I'm so old. Also, someone commented on my pants. Thank you. By the way, they're called paper bag pants, and they hide everything. They're from H&M, and they were like 14 bucks. 17 maybe, but Hannah got them for me. They're in an olive green, they're stretchy. Everybody go out and get them. They look good on everybody. And I had a chip witch for breakfast. So honestly, you should really go out and get them.
She's getting my books.
I know.
So the chip witch for breakfast. Tori is going to get your healthiest healthy.
It's true. Samantha has a great book coming out called My
I
Healthiest.
did have cheesecake in my room.
No, it's true, but a lot of people are writing in their favorite chocolate, and they wrote in, I don't like cacao. Do you have to get used to that taste?
Yeah, well, no, but cacao, that's what chocolate is.
I know.
You just need to do less milk and less sugar. Mostly less milk.
Yeah. So less milk, more cacao.
Less milk, more cacao.
It's time for the DBL Deal Blast. Yay! We can't get enough of these cool items and awesome deals from morningsave.com. First, the Silvercrest Fitness Tracker. They monitor your steps, distance, calories, and you can sync it to your smartphone and track it all. Retail price can be as much as $80, but thanks to our friends at morningsave.com, you can get a set of 2 for only 18 bucks. Next, our glam team is loving the Affinity Gold Blower Brush Hair Dryer and Styler. The brush dries, smooths, and styles your hair up to 80% faster than your normal routine. It also helps protect your hair from heat damage for frizz-free styles. I love it. And the retail price can be as high as $300, but it can be yours today for just 39 bucks. That's a huge steal. We tried it out and the results were absolutely seamless. It gives any hair a healthy and clean glow. And finally, the Wasp Cam Rocks waterproof Wi-Fi action camera. It shoots video in Ultra HD 4K resolution and takes high resolution photos. Plus, it has built-in Wi-Fi so you can easily upload videos and pictures to your phone or computer. The kit comes with 18 mounts and accessories, including a waterproof case. It can easily be as much as $130, but you can get it for only 49 bucks at morningsave.com. So DBL Nation, you can get any of these awesome deals and more at morningsave.com. I already know I bought a bunch of all my Christmas presents. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sam. Wow, good deals all week long.
And just so you know, we're giving away free goodies. So stay with us in the breaks, Facebook, digital, Twitter, Instagram. We're giving that away on YouTube. So check in with us. I'll show you how to give away a great, great, great prize.
I'm just jealous that it's May and she has some of her holiday shopping done. I got to get on that.
I know.
Well, how are people gonna buy it if you give it away for free?
I'm not giving everything for free, but I'm gonna get. I like the little. You get a car. You get a car.
You want to be? Oh, you're Oprah.
I'm Oprah.
Tori wants.
Did you just compare yourself to Oprah?
I did. I apologize to everyone.
Hey. I was here for it. I was here for it.
If you're leaving us right now, you can still watch us live on Facebook and YouTube. And here's what's coming up next on Daily Blast Live.
Adult film star Stormy Daniels is getting the key to the city. But what city is bestowing such an honor? Chrissy Teigen just gave birth, and John Legend already wants another. Does having more kids make it feel more like a family? And this sassy social media granny is proving you're never too old to show a little skin and live your best life. More DVL when we come back.
Who's writing that show?
Yeah, Whitney Cummings. Hi guys, so what I'm giving away for free is a camera. Let's go over to Jason. Do you have that camera? I'll grab it for it. Chris, do you have that camera? Okay, so we don't have that camera, but I promise you we have it. It's called the Wasp Cam, and it can go in your bike helmet, your dog's collar. You can use it to take, in London, I used it all the time. I'm gonna give this away to anyone that'll take a picture, not everyone, but the person who takes a picture with their products they bought from morningsave.com/dailyblastlive. Those are all the things that Sam just rattled off, all those things. If you have bought one, take a picture with your product, send it to info@dailyblastlive.com, and I will personally, no, I won't. I will not. Here it is. I will give away this to the person with the best picture. So make sure you take a great picture. The best picture.
All right, guys, about a minute to buy.
So he's interested. See, everyone likes the free stuff. I love this. It's called the Wasp Cam, and it's waterproof. What's cute in London, we used to carry it around the double-decker bus, and it's not so heavy. And look how happy these people are. They're jumping all at the same time. They're beachy. They're loving it. If your dog does tricks, YouTube, you'll have a cool Instagram page. So a free Wasp Cam, $300. I'm giving this to free. Whoever takes a picture with their product from morningsave.com/dailyblastlive. I know someone's sending in, CHAH is sending in fitness bands that they just bought. So send it in to info@dailyblastlive.com. I can't wait to give this away because you get a car and you get a car. Soon it'll be cars.
Dude, you know we're missing.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live, and let's give a warm welcome to Emmy-winning host. I almost screwed that up, Samantha Harris. I don't want to, let me do that again. Emmy-winning host, Samantha Harris. There it is. Thank you. Listen, if I had an Emmy, I'd make you redo it, for sure. Rapper T.I. is calling for a boycott of the restaurant chain Houston's after 3 African-American women stay in
Off-duty cop assaulted them.
There you go.
Yep, it happened.
Stay an off-duty cop official them. Raquel Villanueva, take it away.
Yes, I got you, Jeff. That's right. The women, who are all actresses in Atlanta, say they were arrested for trying to use the bathroom. Take a look at this video.
Listen to me. You all need to stop. You are assaulting an officer right now.
No, you need to get off of these women.
Right now. You are assaulting. Exactly.
Hey, so I'm recording the whole thing. Why would he do that? Get off of me. Stop. I'm recording it. I'm recording it. Stop. I'm calling the police. Stop doing that. Why would you do that? I'm calling the police. You're not holding anybody. Come on.
Now, police say Brittany Lucio Asia Epperson and Erica Walker were in the bathroom after business hours, and they were told repeatedly to leave. Things became heated when a police officer who was working as a security guard that night tried to grab Lucio by the wrist. That's when they were arrested for criminal trespassing. Lucio was also charged with felony obstruction. An attorney for the women claims the restaurant was still open and is asking to have the charges dropped.
Raquel, do you know how long they were in the bathroom for?
I've read some reports that say it was around 10 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm someone that I really stand up for people that are harassed by police. You've seen me do it before and again. In this case, from what I saw, those women did not have any right to stand up to a police officer who was on duty in a uniform and said, you need to leave. If you disobey a police officer and you do it again and again, he has the right to take you out of there and arrest you.
He does, but here's a question. The video we saw, they were already out of the restaurant. So if the point was for the girls to leave because the restaurant was closed and they've been in the bathroom barricaded essentially for too long, 10 minutes or whatever it is reported, then by the time they left the restaurant and they're sitting there in the bushes, haven't they done what they've been doing?
Well, they're obviously still trespassing.
And again, we don't know if that was still part of the restaurant, if that was a patio. We don't know the circumstances of that video.
I just don't. I don't see their point of view on this one. Help me out here.
I think it's hard because unlike the other incidents, we saw what the catalyst was. You know, we saw the actual incident go down. This is really the aftermath, and it was shot by someone who was a part of it. And I feel like it makes it a little different. I can't say who's in the right and who's in the wrong. I do feel like people, both on law enforcement side and on the other side of civilians, need to exercise a little bit of common sense. Like, we need to exercise some common sense when we're putting our hands on people. We need to exercise some common sense when we're asked to do things that seem reasonable, but it may not be what we want to do. I mean, there's a lot of things that we can start to de-escalate. I'm not saying that with everything that's happened, it's because people aren't exercising common sense, but I do think that incidents like this can sometimes be avoided if we do that.
All right. Well, this next story has us shook. Amazon is now banning customers who make too many returns. Some customers, I got it. Okay. I'm just trying to focus on this thing right here. Some customers are getting notices that the online retailer is closing their accounts because they have shipped too many things back. See what I mean, Tori? What do you guys think? PBL Nation, how often do you return items on Amazon?
I don't ever, because I'm very lazy. I will be very open about that.
So then you just eat it?
Yeah, I don't want to. It's like a $10 thing. I don't want to go to a post office.
Oh, wow.
I don't. I'm being super honest. So I don't return. I eat the money because I'm careful about what I read those reviews.
I think this is a great idea. I think people abuse whatever rule you put into place. And I think there's people who return things. That's why they ask for you to sign and they keep track of how many things you return, even if it's closed. But if you're putting out the driver, the shipper, if you're returning 100 items a week.
That's the point of Amazon.
No, not to reship it out 100 times.
The point of being Prime is free shipping and free returns.
Well, it's people that abuse it. That's why there's a regulation.
But the interesting thing is, I believe that the gentleman that set this whole thing in motion, when he, I think he shot some screen grabs of his letter from Amazon, he only had over the course of a year out of 400 and some different purchases, so he's spent a lot of money on Amazon, he only had about 10% of that were returns. Does that really lead to having to be banned? I say this because I am very biased.
You're an Amazon shopper.
You're a returner.
Biased.
With a 40% return rate.
It's not that, but I am an avid Amazon purchaser. It's just easier. I'm on the go. I'm working. I'm running the kids around. I don't have time to go to the stores. So I mean, literally, I can open my phone. It's on my home screen.
So you think limitless returns? You don't think there should be a number?
I think within reason. If out of every 100 you're returning 50 of them, okay, that's different. But if it's really a small percentage. Well, yes, but that's not what this guy was doing. That's not what I do either.
All right, we'll talk about it.
A lot of the outrage is the fact that they weren't told. They were just canceled. Yes. So it's like you got broken up with and nobody told you.
Well, just in Amazon's defense, it's an algorithm that is set up so that it's an automated system. So if you have, you hit the algorithm, they pop out this message that says your account has been closed. But if you find that you are having that issue and your account gets closed, just make sure to reach out to Amazon, let them know that you have been banned, and explain why you don't think that is fair and just, and they will allegedly, they claim they will reevaluate.
You get ghosted.
Right.
Thank goodness.
And look, 69% of the viewers never, like you, Tori.
Lazy people unite, but don't do anything together. together because we're lazy.
They may not be lazy. Don't lump them into that.
Okay.
Grab your Cosmos because Sex and the City is celebrating its 20th anniversary. That's right. And in honor of the iconic show, E! is hosting a 3-day TV marathon. The Binge-a-thon kicks off June 8th and will feature every episode from all 6 seasons. Wow.
Fun.
Yeah, my husband's not going to be happy about that.
Because you'll be locked in your room watching.
Yeah, I can't help it. If a Sex and the City comes on, then another one, then I'm not leaving the house for 3 days. I can't help it.
There you go.
Is there a way I could get you to plan a party? Because I want to invite myself over.
I would plan a party.
Lazy,
but
lazy.
Tori is so lazy.
It's
no.
true.
I'll plan the party because she told me to plan the party, and then homegirl won't show up.
That's a Tori move.
That's not cute.
Al.
I have to go. We have breaking news.
Al's just walking by. Is
I have all these Cosmos.
Tori will flake on some plans.
Start with Tori is so lazy.
Tori is so lazy.
How lazy is she? No.
Tori, you got to start showing up when you make plans.
do.
All right, this is more of an intervention than a show.
All right, we love you. She's not really lazy. She's brilliant.
Yeah. Samantha, you have a book coming out. Tell us about that.
I do. I'm really excited about it. It's called Your Healthiest Healthy, 8 Easy Ways to Take Control, Help Prevent and Fight Cancer, and Live a Longer, Cleaner, Happier Life. And it won't be out until September 18th, but it's available now for pre-order on Amazon, IndieBound, and Barnes & Noble. And what this book is, it was born out of my own cancer diagnosis. At 40, I thought I was more fit and healthier than I had ever been, and yet I was blindsided by a breast cancer diagnosis with no genetic links, and I went through a battery of extensive genetic testing far beyond BRCA. So I really leaned into my journalism background, and I read everything I could. I spoke with experts, and what I came up with was that it's what I put in, on, and around my body that led to my breast cancer diagnosis. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer over the course of her lifetime, and it's got to stop.
Yeah.
And we can do something about it. We can take control of our overall health. We have to be advocates for our own health. So this book, Your Healthiest Healthy, really is a guide that I wish so much someone had given me when I had been diagnosed, or actually ideally before I'd been diagnosed, because then maybe I would have never been diagnosed in the first place. Because the changes you make for better health to avoid breast cancer is also the same types of changes you need to make to avoid all chronic diseases, from heart disease to type 2 diabetes, autoimmune disorders. So I changed how I eat. I discovered a smarter way to exercise, how to find resiliency and positivity in my life, and how to change the products I have in my beauty bag, what I clean with in my home. And so it's peppered with lots of anecdotes from my life, but really it's a comprehensive action plan to better health.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. When could you pick it up?
So September 18th, it'll be on shelves, but right now you can pre-order on Barnes & Noble and IndieBound and Amazon. Anywhere online.
But don't return it on Amazon. There you go.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right back at it.
There it is. There it is. A candidate for governor is making history, and firefighters are celebrating fatherhood. Sam Shacker has more trending stories.
I do. A big congrats to the Glenpool Fire Department in Oklahoma. 7 of their firefighters are new dads. Here they are with their babies. Within just a few months of each other, they all had kids who now range from 2 months old to 15 months old. A kind stranger on a flight from Dallas to Tampa has social media buzzing. Wesley Thomas reports that when his 2-year-old niece started getting cranky, a man sitting nearby came over and offered the little girl a tablet to draw on. He said, "I have 4 daughters," and so he clearly understood. We just love this. And Stacey Abrams has just made history in the Georgia gubernatorial race. She's the first female nominee for governor from either party. If she wins in November, she'll be the first Black woman elected to governor in any state. We'll be keeping an eye on her this fall. Congrats. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, a former Playboy bunny is proving that you're never too old to live life with confidence, grace, and a little sass. She's our DBL Spotlight. And don't go away, because when we come back, we break down the juiciest moments in reality TV. Reality Roundup is next.
I'll grab it up.
Welcome back.
I want to get right to Samantha Harris and talk about her book. We have another free giveaway because I'm lazy and I'm pretending to be Oprah today. It's a good combination.
She is not lazy. Seriously,
Thank
Tori
you.
could win Jeopardy.
That's very kind of you. I could. I'm very book smart, not very common sense smart, which is why I'm getting your book. We're giving away a free copy. That's a chipwitch in the morning. We are giving away a free book, and I want it to someone who's asking one of the best questions. You guys have been writing in for Samantha Harris. Has she fed it, her kids the healthiness? Has she gone, what's her favorite cheat? And she's talked about dark chocolate. So I want you guys to keep writing in.
More cacao.
That's right. 70% in cacao gets it's a healthier chocolate.
Yes, and my kids
I don't think that's in
my
Chipwich.
kids are very happy. No, it's not. My kids are very happy by that one.
Really?
Like, Mommy, I get to have chocolate. It's healthy. I'm like, well, as long as we're getting the right kind.
So here's a question for you. For let's say what are your kids' names? 7 and 10.
Jocelyn. Their names are 7 and 10.
7 and 10. It's really weird. She went with this numerology thing.
7 has the longer hair.
Yeah.
Jossie and Hilly.
All right, and Jossie and Hilly, if they do want, let's say, a hot dog, and you don't want them to have a hot dog, how does that fight play out?
Oh, it happens.
It happens, right? Because this is what really is so relatable.
And actually, it's interesting you bring out hot dogs specifically because my little one really loves hot. Actually, she loves every cured meat possible,
which is so bad. I know at least that's I still eat it, but I know.
So what we finally did is so you can have it once a month. They also really love Subway, which I'm not a happy supporter of for them.
So you give limits,
right? And sometimes I forget if they had it that month, so they might have it twice in a month. But yeah, so pretty much, I don't want to say no because I think if you say no, especially to kids, then they're going to rebel. So with candy, I mean, look, they have dessert. Well, they were having dessert every single night because it was my way of getting them to eat the healthy food. Have the carrots, then you can have the dessert. And then that was a self-fulfilling prophecy. So now they have to choose 4 nights a week that they want it. And it's great to see how they work it out.
And they're working out choices, which is amazing.
I'm educating them.
That's amazing. Are you teaching them why you're doing that? We'll get that to the next one.
I'll grab it up. Welcome back to DBL. It's time for reality round.
As I do this, my whole chair goes.
Let me help you out there. We're breaking down all the juiciest moments in reality TV. All right, if you think your house is so crazy, well, guess what? A new show on TLC might make you feel a little bit better.
Please.
Our Wildlife premiered last night, and it's all about a family who owns over 80 animals. That's 80. Everything from zebras to pigs to lemurs. Many of them live in their house. Check it out.
He's a little baby Eastern Grey kangaroo. I love his feet. They smell like Fritos. Skipper goes everywhere I go. Oops, accident on aisle 1. We're gonna get kicked out.
She's smelling her kangaroo's stinky feet, and I actually see nothing wrong with that. I smell my dog's feet.
I do too. If you could really adopt animals and live like that in your house, would you do it?
Me?
Yes.
Girl, I would love if I had my own farm. If I had 80 animals in my home, I would be very happy.
So I sent her a listing for a house that was a certified wildlife sanctuary.
No way. Look at your little guy.
Did you
see the turtles?
Oh, lemur.
My kids would be so happy. They love animals so much. If I came home and said, guess what, we're moving to a farm with all these animals, they'd be in.
How much food do you have to feed all those animals, though?
A lot.
Yeah.
I would imagine a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as those animals are taken care of.
I don't know how smelly it is there, though.
Might be pretty stinky.
Pretty stinky.
Yep. All right. Up next, the crew from Below Deck Mediterranean has seen its fair share of dangerous waters, so to speak, but they are up against the odds with a very high maintenance group of charter guests. Things go awry when one of the guests gets caught lying about her dining habits.
No, you only dislike eggs. They don't love the shellfish, crab legs. Loves the shrimp cocktail.
You wrote this, remember? Or did your secretary do it?
I mean, as a former server, I know you were a former server, I can't with this.
The people who run you around the most and act like all highfalutin are never the ones who can actually back it up with the tip.
Really? You want 3 more ice cubes? That's what you want, 3 more ice cubes? Okay.
And then you get a 10% tip.
Right.
Hey, if you give me a
people
big
don't
tip,
really give a 10%. I mean, unless you are a really horrid
I've been given
server.
0 tip, and I'm a damn good server.
Yeah. Oh, that's evil.
Yes. You're still upset about that, too, aren't you, Sam?
Oh, you know it, Ebony.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Well, this brings us to Ebony Steele's Shade of the Day.
Girl, bye. All right. right, look, lady, have several seats. You're way too serious about what you want to eat. First of all, let's address those glasses. Rice cakes on your eyes? Okay, you get no passes. You've been running people around for quite a while. I'd blow you off and give you a Coke with this shady smile. I get it. You're on vacation and you're trying to be fly, but if you change your order on me, girl, you'll get my famous girl bye.
Oh! There you go. She gave you a girl bye.
Yes.
What was that smile?
It's a family face. Me and my sister and like 3 of my aunts can do it.
We are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at this moment.
Danica Patrick is about to make history. She's going to be the first woman ever to host the ESPY Awards. The racing legend posted an official announcement this morning on Instagram. Past hosts for the ESPY Awards include Peyton Manning and John Cena. She'll take the stage July 18th. But first, Danica has big plans for this weekend. She's hoping to make history with her final race at the Indy 500.
All right, thanks, Raquel.
Not a woman has hosted yet. That's crazy.
Surprising. When you think of all the amazing female athletes out there, from the Williams sisters to some of the tennis
Billie
greats.
Jean King. I mean, come on now, get on it.
Get on it.
What's your go-to ice cream treat? Al Jackson has a story coming in hot.
Hard turn from Jeff Schroeder. All right. I love it. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. I would only say that if it was in the prompter. The New York Times released a list of the best frozen treats, so we decided to check out our favorites. That sentence didn't make sense. I'll take these first. We're going ice cream sandwich second. Bomb Pop third. There it is. And an honorable mention by Klondike, but they melt too quickly and then they get on your fingers. Not a good look.
Which is my favorite. I hate mint. I don't like too much mint and cold. It makes me snarl.
This is my childhood wrapped up in a delicious chocolate-covered ice cream cone.
Boom, bam! The Chip Witch. And you know why? One word, texture. You're welcome. Can I eat this?
My number one, summertime jam. I'm going with the Klondike bar. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
I don't know, Eric. I didn't see you. What's your favorite summer treat?
I would do anything for a Klondike bar.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a strong statement.
not anything. Within reason.
Just making sure. Well, what he didn't highlight is, well, they don't have the package for it anymore, but this is made with cashew milk.
Cashew milk.
And I tell you, it is really tasty. It's caramel cashew ice cream wrapped in some nice chocolate, not dark chocolate, unfortunately. That could make it even better. If it was 70% dark chocolate wrapped around a cashew milk caramel. I'm getting too excited.
Cashew milk.
You really sold that.
Cashew milk. Tasty. It's creamy. No, it's really
fun to
great
say
non-dairy.
and tasty.
It's a really great non-dairy alternative, especially if you're trying to kick the dairy habit.
How do they milk those cashews?
We gotta go. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, an interview with the most confident and social media savvy great-grandmother around. Woo. You don't want to miss it.
Pops again. Fair question. Bill Cosby, has he ruined pudding?
I mean, Stormy, but
I
it's,
think
we,
he has.
I think pudding ruined pudding.
Yeah, what the fuck?
First, excuse me. First, don't. He's getting spun. He's getting spun so he can talk to the booth. Go talk to the booth. So we're moving on to pudding. We're covering this.
It's way better when Tori's not here.
Do you think that Bill Cosby has ruined pudding?
Yeah.
I do too.
It was the first thing I thought about when I looked at it.
That was it? Your first thing?
That pudding ruined pudding.
Why did
Yeah,
you
pudding
love
is
pudding?
kind of old school.
No, it's not.
It's really
if you're
old
sick,
school.
and my mom is sick a lot, it's the one thing that's comfortable.
Okay, we're assuming people aren't sick.
But you know what's
I can
really
ask,
good?
like
Pudding.
some of her favorite.
Who's in the South that knows what pudding is?
Is pudding different than
Send me an explanation of pudding. If you're in the South, you know what I'm talking about. In the casein.
Like good fats versus bad fats.
What is pudding different than pudding?
It's almost like well.
Is there a skin to it? My dad is Southern.
Yeah,
There is
let's
a
do-
skin. There's a
let's do
skin
the
to it,
book.
right?
Yes.
There's a skin to it.
Yes. If you know
All
what
right,
it is, hit
Hey.
us up.
All right, so all the Southerners out there, let us hear if you know what pudding is.
You have pudding for breakfast.
I would put pudding with Ritz crackers. It's the joke again, pudding on the Ritz. It's such a bad joke, and I've told it so very many times. Again, the laziness
doesn't go with
full circle doesn't go with Ritz crackers.
But you can mash it up in your eggs.
Really?
Ritz.
Your grits and pudding? Do you have pudding only for dessert?
No, it's pudding for breakfast.
I am blown away.
Who knows?
I am blown away.
Southerners.
Southerners, what flavor of pudding do you have for breakfast?
It's not flavored.
You're saying this is a
It's
skin,
a thing.
flavorless breakfast meal.
Well, it's flavored.
What's
but
the
It's
flavor?
not like strawberry.
What's
it's
the flavor?
flavor of the pudding, of what it's made of.
The skin flavor? No, I'm so confused.
I'm gonna see if anybody knows.
Nilla wafer and vanilla pudding. I love me. The banana pudding with vanilla wafer. Is there anybody that dislikes that? Again, with the texture. I like that texture. If you know the skin pudding that you have for breakfast, I want to know about it.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today, we're shining the DBL spotlight on aging with confidence. Earlier, I spoke with a former Playboy bunny whose modeling career is not slowing down. Trust me, take a look. Dory Jacobson isn't your average lingerie model or Instagram sensation. This 83-year-old former Playboy bunny and now beauty blogger is breaking all the rules about what we think about age. Sexy lingerie is a staple for this great-grandmother with 30,000 Instagram followers. Her message? Dress for your body, not your age. Dory Jacobson joins us now. Dory, what made you decide to not let age hold you back and pose in lingerie and these beautiful undergarments?
I do have this blog, Senior Style Bible, and the whole idea of it is to help women realize that age is nothing more than a number. Just because you reach the point where you qualify for a senior citizen discount didn't mean it was all downhill from there.
But what has the overall response been?
It's been fantastic. It has inspired women to realize that maybe it isn't that terrible to grow older. And the perception of aging has to change. Because we're not like our grandmothers.
Right.
They were old at 50, and we are not.
What do you say to any of the haters out there that may say things?
The idea of getting back into the lingerie was to promote body positivity and show that you didn't have to have that 20-year-old body in order to still be an attractive woman, that we can embrace our imperfections.
So what's your best advice for women who want to stay sexy as they age?
Well, you know, I think everyone has a choice. You can age in whatever manner you wish. I, for one, will take advantage of everything that's out there for me. And no one should be able to tell you how you should be aging. It's your choice.
We thank you so much for joining us. And for more info about Dory, go to her Instagram page at Senior Style Bible. Thank you so much for being with us on Daily Blast Live, Dory.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Dory. Do some. Whoa, that was weird. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Do something. Do something. I think he's talking to Tori because I'm so lazy. He's like, do something. Shirley DeBose Taft was the first one to write in. Shirley, I'm so proud of you. Pudding turns out to be blood sausage. Jason Anderson is writing in. Shirley, black pudding, blood sausage, like in the UK breakfast. Is that what this is like? Oh. They have that in, yeah, so it's a blood sausage. So again, it doesn't sound appetizing.
It's actually really good.
Erica's saying it's good.
I've only had it probably like maybe twice a year when my dad's family is from Red Springs, North Carolina. So you get it when you come back, and then you like freeze it. Or those links in Beaumont, Texas.
Yeah, so
Beaumont, if you out there, hit me up because I
Texas
haven't
is
had a
watching.
good hot
Texas
link.
is watching.
Okay, the stuff that we
Texas is
have
watching.
up here in Denver is not a real hot link. Okay, I'm talking about like the real ones where like you actually peel it and it's red, like all of the juices and it.
Erica, it's Shirley saying, I lived my younger years near Baton Rouge, Louisiana, so of course that's where she's getting that. There is a Creole restaurant here called Lucille's that you have yet to go to. Are you just
Lucille's
staring
is
at
great.
something?
I don't get the joke.
Oh, I don't either. Sometimes we don't understand the prompter, but we read it anyway. So guys, let us know your favorite
How about if I just said,
breakfast
welcome back to
cuisine.
Daily
I
Blast
wanna
Live? We
hear
got a
your
lot of
favorite
comments
breakfast.
about your book, Samantha.
I'm a burrito person.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. It's time to do something today.
Do something. Do something.
Well, we got a lot of comments, Samantha, about your book. Could you tell us a little bit more, like, just, we have like a minute left.
Sure.
About like your favorite recipe or some misconceptions that people have about fatty foods?
Yeah, absolutely. So Your Healthiest Healthy comes out in September.
Say it slowly. I want people to hear it.
Thank you. I do speak quickly, don't I? That's a coffee. Organic coffee, ideally, is what you should have for your healthiest healthy. You will learn that if you read Your Healthiest Healthy. Actually, I don't know if I have that in the book. So the book, which comes out in September, you were saying some of my favorite recipes. I do have some recipes in there, and for people who are afraid of fat, it's a really interesting note that you bring up there, question with that, because for me, I feared fat for so long. I was the girl who, through college and beyond, when I first got out to LA, who really eschewed fat. Anything that said it was fat-free or low-cal,
you were on top of it.
I was on top of it, which meant that I would go to my office job when I was auditioning in LA, and I would down an entire row of
like Snackwells.
Yes, I was.
Those are delicious.
Of sandwich cookies.
And I do eat the whole box.
I did, right? So because I thought I'm eating healthfully, it's low fat, and I avoided any sort of fats like avocado. People would say, "Why don't you like avocado?" And I pretend I didn't like the texture, but I was afraid of the fat, and I didn't eat nuts. I also didn't eat beans. There were things that I didn't think my palate liked. So once I changed my perspective on eating, I decided, all right, now I need to include those in my diet. So healthy
all
fats,
that's in the
avocado.
book.
Yes, it's all in the book. Available for pre-order now.
Your Healthiest Healthy.
Healthiest Healthy in September. We'll see you guys later. That's how we do Wednesday.
You were doing something.